Alright folks, welcome back. So this is kind of like, as we did before, a comic book corner / Morphin Medicast, where we're finally, after me and Prime have been like semi-mum about this Shattergrid. You know, we've been sitting on this for quite a while, waiting for the series to be over with. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty amped up to talk about this, because I think a lot of people don't know a lot of this stuff, and going by Twitter, it seems like a lot of folks are anticipating our thoughts on this. So, yeah, how's it going, Prime?
Well, guten Tag, mein Dude.
Cool. You know, I think we touched on it briefly, I think when we were, like 2 episodes ago, about, like, you know, after Power Morphicon, the post-Shattergrid stuff, but I think a lot of people aren't familiar too much of what led up to this. But I know you wanted to talk about something before we dive deep into this. What exactly was it?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, you know, how normally I like to like revamp myself or reread things before we do podcasts. I didn't for this, but
good thing I know this. Good thing I've reread certain things. So
no, it's good. It's good. Like, a lot of it's still fresh in my mind, but I feel like it'll be more fun this memory. It's this cast in hard mode is what I think it will be.
Okay, cool. Just a side note. If you want to pre-order the Power Rangers Ultimate Visual History, remember how we said that the price of it was $50, right? So apparently, the price right now, if you pre-order it, is $31.45.
Excuse me, I'm going to Amazon right now.
Yes. I saw that and I was like, I'm going to immediately get that, because that's an 18% discount, and I might jump on that. I'm actually going to jump on that.
And also, while we're talking about things on discount, if I'm not mistaken, let me check while I'm running my mouth. I believe the Car Ranger said, yes, it's still $25.89. Why haven't you bought Car Ranger yet?
In fact,
people listening at home.
Actually, apparently, Jetman shipped out the folks that pre-ordered it too, as well.
Are you shit?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'll be right back.
Yeah. If you order Jetman, it's shipped out right now, and yeah, you can. It's released as of tomorrow. It's going to be released. So yeah, might want to jump on that. Get that.
Such a good show.
Yes, it is.
Also, by the way, so CJ, you know I'm a little behind on right? Mm-hmm. So this weekend, I finally decided to watch Cho's Superhero Tyson.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. Had a fun time watching that movie.
They're always fun times.
It's gonna make me kind of sad. They are. It's all flat, no substance. But like I knew that going in. I wasn't expecting any more than I always say, a bunch of toys in the playpen getting smashed together.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how much I missed Momotaros though from watching that movie. He's always a pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like maybe I need to go back and rewatch the Net movie for the Kamentai Go Rider, because I felt like maybe they should have been a bigger part of that movie, but they weren't.
They felt more like glorified cameos than anything.
And it didn't. And you know, thinking about how Toei does things with, like, you know, movie power ups, like it's all in line. Like, it's nothing about how they were used, you know, really shocked me. I was like, oh, I can't believe they didn't do that. But like, I've been in the game a long time. I know how Toei operates.
You already know their game firsthand.
Yeah, so that one scene they were in, I was like, yeah, I kind of expected that.
Yeah,
like that's what they do. They hype up things, and it's like, one scene anyway. But anyway, I thought that the movie was pretty enjoyable. And I'm gonna kind of miss these crossovers between Kamen Rider and Super Sentai when they're gone, because it sounds like they're winding down. Wasn't this like the last one?
Apparently,
recently?
I mean, are they like full blown like not doing them anymore or something? Is there a backstory that I don't know?
From what I heard, I don't know what the backstory is. The only thing I have to offer would be just hearsay and things that I read on English speaking boards. So take that with whatever grains of salt that you will.
Okay.
But it feels like they're just, you know, moving from what I could glean from what I've read, is like they're just moving away from them.
Yeah.
That also said, I also watched the weekend before last the Space Squad the first Space Squad movie with Decker Ranger and Gavin Type G. And it kind of looks like, I mean, again, it was okay. It was fine. I'm really love how they're not gonna let the Metal Heroes die, even though like after that Gavin movie, a lot of people said a resounding no, thank you. And it wasn't the act's fault. It was more or less how that movie was. Like after the hype we came off of that high of Gokaiger versus Gavin.
Yeah.
First of all, they completely ignored us because we said we wanted Kenji. We didn't say we wanted more Gavin.
It was like, nah, not today.
Like that's what we heard. We said more Kenji Yoba. They said more Gavin. Like, no, we didn't say that. Well, too bad, hoes. That's what you're getting.
They don't care about us, Prime. You should know this.
Yeah, they really don't. And so like, and then to be fair, I kind of liked some parts of that Gavin movie, but I digress. So we came up with a couple of OVAs for Scheider and Sherry Vaughn, and those I think did okay. But they're not letting them go, so they keep using them. They keep popping up here sporadically, which is good on them because I like those suits, I like those characters, I like those actors. Mm-hmm. And so the Space Squad movie, it feels like, and I'm trying to remember who said it, but one of the actors in it, I want to say it was Gavin Type G, whatever his actor's name is. I want to say it was him. If it's not, don't hold me to that. But he said that the movie, before the movie came out, he was interviewed and said that they kind of view that movie as, the Avengers with all these, franchises coming together. And I don't know, for some reason when I read that, I kind of was insulted a little bit by it, because I'm like, yo, Toei had been doing something like this since fucking forever. And to compare it to the Avengers, that feels a little like, just a little bit disingenuous. It's kind of odd phrase in there. Like, I mean, I know why he said that, and I can understand why he said it. Mm-hmm. But just something about like that's just kind of like, really, bro? Because y'all have been putting together disparaging franchises and teaming superheroes up for a couple of years now. But whatever.
Yeah. Speaking of Metal Heroes, since you mentioned Gavin, we got God. I didn't think Ninja Steel was gonna do this. We're actually getting Sekai Ninja Jiraiya in the new Ninja Steel episode.
Oh, we got him. The episode aired this weekend, I believe.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it aired this weekend, and I was very much shocked because that's the second time
my hand
used
raised
a Metal Hero.
My hand raised in the air. Mm-hmm. My hand raised. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So you decide to adapt the Jiraiya episode. Mm-hmm. That's cool and all, but you completely skipped over the episode where 2 Ninja Red Rangers showed up previously in the show. And somebody said, well, it's probably easier just to, create a new character than to bring back old actors. And I was like, hold on, pump the brakes. You don't necessarily have to bring back the actors. You could just have the suits there and just either use existing voice footage from older episodes, or just, hey, do what they've done for the Alien Rangers since Forever Red is... not Forever Red. Since Countdown to Destruction is just give them a new voice actor. Kids don't care. I mean, we as fans will care. We'll give a shit that's not Shane.
I mean, look, get a new voice actor for the Alien Ranger, but I'm pretty sure you can get in contact with homeboy that plays Shane, and he'll be glad to come back in the suit. I'm just saying. He's in New Zealand. He's in New Zealand. You can call him up on speed dial, dog.
You gotta spend that money. I was like, you ain't gotta spend that money, man. Just get the man on Skype or Discord and be like, hey, bro, hey, pop. Well,
no, I kind of want to see Shane just in one scene, and then he disappears. That's all I want. Just one scene without the mask on, and that'd be dope. And then leaves. Shane is in New Zealand. You can call him up on speed dial. You don't have to fly him down. He's right there.
I mean,
last I checked, he's still working on
the Master Morpher, but
we're gonna get into that in a second. But yeah, I found it interesting. Saban adapted. We got another Metal Hero in canon in Power Rangers again. He did VR Troopers and then now this. So that's kind of interesting. That's more of a thing for us since we know about Metal Heroes than anything else.
I mean, again, questionable decisions. I always question the odd choice of the things they choose to adapt and the things they choose to omit. Because I'm still to this day scratching my head about why didn't they adapt the Shinky Brown storyline or the episode for Samurai, because that would have made so much sense for Bulk.
Nothing makes sense in Neo Saban era. Prime, you should know this.
I mean, why am I acting brand new?
I don't
You're
know.
right.
I don't know. But in news that I think you called this since the 25th anniversary episode, the Soul of the Dragon comic with Tommy. Yeah, Tommy is indeed confirmed using the Master Morpher.
Where's my money? Somebody owes me a Coke and a hoagie. Give me my sandwich. I called that shit. When immediately I saw that shit, that's the first thing that popped in my mind. I said, "Oh, he gonna have this shit in the comic book."
We got proof because it's on that episode. Last episode when we did a commentary, you said it right there, and I was like, "That wouldn't surprise me at all. Like, it really wouldn't."
Did you know? And did you see the preview? Because I'm getting ready to quick spoilers. If you haven't seen the preview, spoiler alert. So it's the one I saw. It didn't have any dialogue on it, and it's old man Tommy, old man Oliver, rolling up into an alien bar. Because in the story of the Soul of the Dragon, his son's gone missing, so Tommy
he went to Onyx for questions because that's where you go to for questions. Onyx.
I mean, sure. Okay, Dr. Oliver, you have an education. What are you doing? You're smarter than this.
Yeah.
So this on paper, let me take that back. On paper, you're smarter than this. So he goes to the bar. He's looking for his son. I'm assuming he's looking for his son. No dialogue. And the bar patrons, looks like they give him a resounding "fuck off, old man," and try to whoop his ass. And they rough him up a little bit. And so Tommy just breaks out the Master Morpher, turns into the Black Dino Ranger, Black Dino Thunder Ranger. Excuse me. You gotta be specific. Anyway, for the people who don't know who the fuck Tommy Oliver is, he does a 3-hit combo on them with the Brachio staff. He rolls up out of the. Because it's fucking Dr. Oliver, Dr. O. He rolls out the bar, and he's with his companion, who's kind of like an alienish looking person.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna assume their gender. An alienish looking person.
Okay.
And he collapses kind of a little bit, and they take the Master Morpher and look at it, and they take one out. And from the looks like there's like some flakes or some dust or something coming off the coin. So I'm going to do another prediction on this podcast that I said on Facebook. I'm going to predict that Tommy's powers are unstable, and he only has 1 or 2 morphs left with each form, and the book is going to end with him transforming into the Green Ranger for the final time to fight the book's big bad.
Kind of like
that's my prediction.
Kind of like the last ride of Tommy in
season kind of like
where he gave up his powers fighting Lord Zed's monster, and then bam, lost his powers completely.
Oh yeah, or kind of like the last hurrah of that. What's that comic book? That book it's on the tip of my Old Man Logan. That book, kind of something like that. Yeah,
rides off to the sunset with this kid, except he isn't killing a Hulk. Incest Hulk.
I'm still holding that hope on incest inbred Goldar babies. That's what I'm.
Don't do that.
That's what this book needs to be complete.
Don't do that, Prime, because that means we have to review it. I have to laugh at the fact that you were right yet again on that. I mean, no man should have all that power. Prime. Nobody.
I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this foresight. It's just that I can see through your tactics after reading 6 volumes of the Lord Draken story. I see through tactics now.
Good segue. Good segue there, Prime. So here's the thing about Shattered Grid as a whole, right? And even the tie-in book that preludes this. I think we've said this countless times on this show about this person. Zordon's a douche.
Yeah, Zordon's kind of a
because
kind of a prick.
Yeah, because
just a little bit.
Because last we checked,
I mean, he's a loving prick.
Yeah,
he's a loving prick.
Yeah.
Still a prick.
Because last we talked about this, right? We talked about this with the Dracon saga and how Dracon basically got captured by the military and by one Grace Sterling. And we were kind of like, this character is interesting because she has this group of people. She worked for Nasada, now she works for this underground group and stuff, Promethea. And we were just kind of like, all right, who is this character? So, Go-Go Power Rangers did an arc on the 1969 Rangers. And I
think that was the main book. I thought
it was Go-Go.
No, Go-Go's takes place exclusively in that time frame, X amount of days after Day of the Dumpster.
Okay, so yeah, basically Mighty Morphin, the main one. she was the Red Ranger of the 1969 Power Rangers. And we find out that the Green Psycho Ranger was working for Darth Spectre, and his job was basically...
He's his personal lieutenant, was it?
Yeah, personal lieutenant. And his job was basically to revive Rita and, start the whole thing with Earth. Zordon quickly ends up empowering these 5 teenagers real quick and sends them off his way. Things goes as bad as it goes because basically...
They're the Suicide Squad.
Green Psycho Ranger murks like two of the Rangers. Straight up. Like...
I mean...
Like, I'm talking like he literally crushes one dude and the other dude kamikazes himself by going inside his second form as the monster and blows himself up. And
no, that was the third guy. Oh, third guy, my bad. The one guy got crushed by a boulder that he threw on the moon, shrugging. Yeah. I'm just going to shrug there. Mm-hmm. The other guy did he get choked the fuck out and his visor broke?
Yeah, he basically bust open his visor and got killed by the vacuum of space because, they're in space fighting him. And that's when the third dude, three of them got killed. So Grace kind of, when they get back to base, was like...
She big mad.
Yeah. Understandable, too, by the way. She's like, first off, you've recruited us, didn't give us any fucking training, sent us into the field, got us killed, we barely killed the guy, and then when we want to sit there and help the Earth, you're telling us we gotta get back to powers because you don't want to use our powers to interfere with stuff on Earth. Go fuck yourself. And because of that, she ends up taking the Psycho Green's dagger with her and doesn't tell not a soul about this. Nobody.
And then she uses it to become
nothing.
Bill Gates. I mean,
which is weird because at the end of Shattered Grid, there's never any so we're not going to talk about Psycho Green's dagger. No, nothing.
I'm gonna assume that's gonna come into play with Beyond the Grid.
Hopefully. I hope so. I would
because it basically kind of looks like anyway. We'll talk. We're not jumping ahead.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the prelude to Grace Sterling and how she kind of factors into how she knows about the Power Rangers and her interactions with the current Ranger team, and she actually does go back to fucking Zordon at one point before the Dracon saga and just kind of has a word with him on helping the Rangers out. So that was kind of interesting. But that's kind of the backstory for her in relation to Shattered Grid as a whole and such. But, with Shattered Grid, I called it Crisis on Infinite Power Rangers and stuff. That's how I took it. It felt that way.
Let me get out of my system. Mm-hmm. So it's Crisis on Infinite Tommies, mm-hmm. The Final Tommy, mm-hmm. Tommy War,
World War Tommy,
World War Tommy, Panic in the Tommy, mm-hmm. Tommyverse, Into the Tommyverse. What else I got?
Dracon is Tommy Boy Prime.
Tommy Boy Prime.
Except he doesn't punch a hole in the fucking universe and reset shit.
Wait, but didn't he though? Didn't he though?
Nigga, let me tell you something, folks. Tommy literally, if you really look at this Shattered Grid as a whole, we're getting our jokes off on this, right? Dracon is essentially like, I just want to be loved. I'm like, really? You did all this?
And what kills me? Cal, excuse me, Cal, let me talk to you for a minute. Cal, Mr. Writing Guy, let me talk to you for a second. The backstory that you finally give Dracon and his, what I'm hoping, fingers crossed, is his final appearance. Please, Primus in heaven. His final appearance.
Come back as a Jedi Ghost.
And his final... Shit, stop that shit right now. Stop it. So, in this last issue, he gives this really good backstory how when the Jedi Force Ghost of the original Boom Studios comic book appears to go, hey bro, I know your secret homes. I know why you all mad and shit, dude. So you got all that power, right? And you looked at across the infinite multiverse and all the other different Tommy Olivers and found out, guess what? They were all happy. You were the only one who chose to stay evil. So that means there's something fucking wrong with you.
Owlman.
Exactly. He's like, so all the other Tommies, they're like, okay, we evil. We're gonna repent. We're gonna make up for what we did. But you stayed evil. So what the fuck, bro? So you're just a broken man inside. You don't know why you're broken. And so when he finally hits the ultimate power, so basically the main thrust out of the grid is that Lord Draken is attacking different Power Ranger teams, and he fractures the space-time continuum. Mm-hmm. So all different Power Ranger teams are existing simultaneously at the same time. Mm-hmm. So that's why there's a thing where you can have, Tommy's the Green Ranger, Tommy's the Red Ranger, because it's all happening at the same time. It's all happening at once. Yeah. And they did this because Lord Draken is a mechanism of the Morphin Grid protecting itself from any further damage. Where Lord Draken said, "Oh, that right, hold my beer." So he goes full on Magog from Kingdom Come. Wait, here we go. Tommy Come. Yeah. He goes full Magog from the Kingdom Come and starts jumping from reality to reality, attacking different Power Ranger teams and collecting their morphs.
Yeah. You forgot Prime. He has the assistance of Finster 5 because Finster 5 is his boy. That's his home dog. His number one dude. Because let me tell you something, folks. You know how he escaped from Grace Sterling's capture? Apparently Saba was like, all right, since you guys won't do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to kill Dracon. And
so Saba go full gangster. He like, I'm going to stab this motherfucker.
Which, hey, I don't blame him. He was used. He was used.
Go more. I ain't mad at him. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But But Dracon pulled a fucking Wayne Brady and basically snapped his fucking neck and was like, "Gotcha, bitch," and basically escapes. And then boom, he sees Finster 5 and they dab up and was like, "All right, you know what we gotta do, right? You know what we gotta do. We gotta get the game back together.
You know what we gotta do, right? Unlimited power."
Because Dracon basically gets the Gold Ranger powers. He gets the Samurai powers. He gets his Black and Green Ranger powers back. Am I missing any other powers that he got back?
He gets a couple. Like, he gets the in-space powers.
Yeah, in-space, yeah.
Time Force.
Ninja Steel.
Ninja Steel. He gets a hodgepodge of powers. And as he's getting more powers, his suit's slowly upgrading and changing color, changing form.
To more cosplay ideas.
Some more cosplay. The Draken experience.
Oh, yeah, it is. And to the point that he forgets the one rule. Hey, what about that green candle? And I gotta admit, all right, and I don't know how you felt about that scene. The fact that you had fucking Doggy Kruger and Zordon looking at Rita like, hey, so Rita, I know we had our differences. I mean, I hate that I'm here to have to ask you this, but you still got that green candle.
I do, homeboy. What I like about this shit was like, yeah. I do, and you gonna help us. He's like, I
don't know about that.
But why, though?
When she said equivalent of that, I laughed. I was like, that sounds like a very Rita thing, because it's like, what do I get out of this?
Exactly. And like, I'm so mad because they kind of jobbed my boy Doggy out.
I know, man, it sucks. It's like, would Doggy really be there and grovel? I see Zordon,
That's what I'm like. Yeah, but would Doggy be that passive? No.
Doggy would just put a sword to her neck and just be like, look, you're going to give me that candle or else. How about that?
Oh, yeah, Doggy, I know. He would have rolled up in that castle regulating on everybody until he got what he fucking wanted.
Zordon, no, Gondor, bam, you're out of here. So who's next?
Like, Baboon Squat getting flipped out the window. Finster getting his boot to the chest.
Loki and your slash. Done.
All right. So, about that candle, though. You about to become Bed Bath and motherfucking Beyond in this bitch. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Yeah. Suicide Strap from Dragons. His ultimate goal is to get all these powers to penetrate the Morphin Grid.
Yeah.
For reasons unknown, that we finally find out the reason why he's on this mad campaign for power is because he's a sad, broken, lonely man.
He's Power Ranger Killmonger.
As far as character motivations go, that is good. That is interesting. Yeah. That is fascinating. Mm-hmm. However, excuse me, I have a question. My hand's in the air. Could we have learned that a little sooner?
Yeah, and like, I'll give it this. This didn't drag on as much as the original Dracon series. I will give it that.
7 volumes, CJ. 7 volumes. 7 volumes, CJ. 7 books. 7 trades.
Don't say that, Prime.
The Lord Dracon saga.
I was really that Lord Dracon saga. I'm just saying for Shattered Grid, the fact that it didn't go as long as I thought it was going to do. I was like, wow, they actually didn't extend this longer than I thought they did. Shocking.
And I think, I don't know. I'm of two minds. Like, I'm glad it didn't overstay its welcome. However, because of its brevity, I feel like the concept didn't get enough room to breathe and really go balls to the wall.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at it, because let's see, you had the 2 preludes. You had Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 24 and Saban's Go-Go Power Rangers 8, right? You had MMPR 25 and 26, the annual, Go-Go Power Rangers 9, Power Rangers 27, Go-Go 10, Power Rangers 28, Go-Go 11, Power Rangers 29, Go-Go 12, Power Rangers 30, and then the Shattered Grid finale. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of the main issues and 2 preludes. So that's 14 total.
Did you count the free comic book day issue? I zoned out there for a second because I was
15.
thinking.
Yeah, 15 for the free comic book day special. Yeah, so 15 total.
Really, it didn't feel like 15 issues though, like because the story was so compressed. Like it didn't really. And how was that 15 issues? Because it didn't feel like the event had enough time to breathe or like be fleshed out. Like,
and I mean, when you look at I really felt if there was something I was taking away from it, I wish that we got one full issue of this new dimension that Tommy rewrote for him.
I mean,
because I thought
that would have been nice.
Because I thought it was very interesting, and it was a very DC way of, you know what it felt like. It felt like how Doom was in Secret Wars.
It also felt kind of like this is his Flashpoint reality.
Yeah, it was like Dracon is beloved by everybody. He has everybody, like, he literally has Kimberly as his Lois Lane.
Wait, hold on, stop. This is my next one. The House of Tommy. Here we go.
Yes, it is. House of Tommy. With Ghost Tommy being Wolverine that knows everything that happened.
Yes! Yes!
Yo, never mind. You are right. This is fucking House of Tommy. Holy shit, because he did fucking revive everybody's memories. God damn it, Prime.
Yeah.
God damn it, Prime.
Yep. The House of Tommy. Yep. So, I'm with you. I totally agree. I feel like that should have been a whole issue.
And I'm not even mad at that. It's House of Tommy, but it's like, I would really like to have a... Because that's what was great about House of M, is that it wasn't until the end of the first issue that things went left for Wolverine. But up to that point, that final panel, you understood the world of House of M. You understood that Magneto and his kids ruled that whole fucking Earth with the Iron Fist. Mutants were like...
Excuse me. You mean Swagnito?
Yeah, Swagnito in his nice 3-piece suit from Love.
Oh, that shit was...
Man.
That shit was clean!
And mutants were the dominant species. He was regulating S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. had fucking Sentinels on tap to regulate the humans. Like, he was... everything was on point. Miss Marvel, she was Captain Marvel. She was a superhero. Everything was just
literally
different. Yeah.
Literally his wet dream.
Luke Cage was basically the nigga of that era, unfortunately. Because every metahuman was basically relegated to being under the mutants, including Captain America, who was basically looked like Captain Midlands, essentially. Captain
Midlands, I'm so mad at you right now.
You know I'm right, man. It was basically because you remember that scene where the kids went to the mailbox and Captain America was collecting his military check and shit, and it's old ass Steve Rogers and shit looking at the kids and then walking back to his place. I'm like, that was Captain Midlands, dog. Like, they don't need it. Like, Magneto did not have any need for a Captain America anymore. It's done. It's like, go ahead and collect your military check, sir. You don't need it.
Go to a trade school, take up welding, bro. You good?
But that's what it was. House of Tommy. Tommy was adored by everybody. He had his Centurions on standby, in the Zords, and
he was basically Superman.
Yeah, he was Superman. He
taping off,
and all the monsters were essentially we ended up finding out they were aberrations of Ghost Tommy.
Yes. So did you catch that? So they had the giant tiger and the giant falcon.
Yeah. That was
that's
interesting.
nice.
And Tommy was just like, "What is this? I don't get it."
Nice subtle touch there.
Yeah, you know. Actually, here's another thing it reminded me of. So you remember when Doc Ock took over Peter's body, and then Peter, the ghost of Peter,
Yes.
it was nagging.
Yes.
Doc Ock. That's what it reminded me of too a little bit.
It's like, you're full of shit, bro. I see through your garbage, bro.
I don't mind any of this. I know you guys might think that we're riffing on it. It's like, I don't mind any of this.
No. Let me rewind it back here, because I think we're bearing the lead. Did I like Shattered Grid? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Could it have been better? Most definitely. But what we got, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, when I say it didn't feel like 15 issues, I mean that in the most positive way, because there are some comic book events that are like 6 issues that feel like 30. Civil War 2, I'm staring directly the fuck at you.
I still
looking you in the eyeball.
I still maintain
right
if you were reading Ultimates, some aspects of Civil War 2 made sense, but I understand people's overall.
I was reading Ultimates, and I was also reading, I know Nick Spencer gets a lot of shit, but shout out to him for making Civil War 2 bearable, because his Captain America book was propping that shit up because he was making it better.
When you read the whole Captain America saga in regards to Civil War 2 actually is like, oh, that makes sense. This was Cap posturing everybody. Huh.
Yes, and then the fucking Secret Empire, he reaches back and still lifts up Civil War 2, because that fucking vision that Ulysses has of the Hulk murking out and killing everybody, he orchestrates that shit in Secret Empire.
Nick Spencer really was like, shit, Bendis fucked me. Alright, here's how I'm gonna do this shit. Alright, I'm gonna fix this shit for you. Now it's like, that makes sense now. Cap was behind it all.
And
damn!
And he mad as hell. You know he was mad as hell, because he wanted to write regular Tony Stark, but fucking Bendis took him off the table. So he hated that shit.
and here's the thing. We're going back to Shattered Grid, right? So I think my issue with it was, like, it felt like Tommy getting these powers, it felt so easy. Like, I never felt that he struggled to obtain the different powers that he absorbed.
Yeah, at the beginning of the arc, when especially that special that had the different one shot with him attacking the different teams, like Zeo, RPM.
Like, I felt Zeo, he should have struggled. I felt Samurai, he should have struggled a little bit. Like, I'm being dead serious.
I felt Ninja Steel, he should have struggled. Like, I don't know. Like, I never felt like it felt like he just kept spamming the I win button. And, like, I understand
the reason to do that. It was like
to
Thanos in Infinity War, essentially. It's like, wow.
Yeah, because you want to build him up as a credible threat, but realistically, if you're gonna fight like essentially 200 people, the Power team, it's like you're not gonna win that fight, bro. It's not gonna happen.
To be fair, what I found funny too is the fact that while he was gone, his Paladins were beefing it out with the fucking Hyperforce Rangers. Like, which I was shocked. I was like, his Paladins kind of carried on his fight still, and the Hyperforce Rangers was about ready to fucking put hands on him before Dracon came back. Interesting. Very interesting.
And I just felt like, I felt like in the push for the comic book to make Dracon a credible threat, I felt like it kind of diluted all the other teams and just kind of, like I said, kind of just jobbed them out, and I didn't like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the Time Force Rangers. I felt if they made the fight more credible, like, he really had to, like, go 100 against the Time Force Rangers, it'd be like, Dracon ain't fucking playing. But he just went to Time Force and just mopped the floor with all of them and was like, deuces, I got your powers, I'm dipping.
I know, right? He just turned to fucking, you just said he nook chunk and turned into a giant Spectre thing and, just fucked up the Megazord and Jen had to get ejected. And whatever.
I'm glad it was Jen, though, because most people would have been like, all right, Wes, it's your job. But I was glad that they actually stuck. Because we said this before. Jen is the leader. She's a leader.
Jen is the leader.
We love Wes. Even though Wes is like the mold for the team, Jen is still the leader. Like,
Wes may be the heart. He may be what keeps the team together. But Jen is, she is their leader.
So I'm glad.
So it makes sense
they made her like, okay, Jen, you're going back to help fix this issue. So yeah, that was cool. But I thought it was interesting though how Dracon was doing these power absorptions through Ninjor. That made sense.
Yeah, I like how a lot of the things, most of it made sense for the lore. Things just didn't pop out of left field.
Yeah.
I also like, I don't know if I said this before, but I also like how as he was getting more powers, his costume became more increasingly darker and darker and was turning black. So it will finally make sense that somebody with the morphing called Black Dragon, their color would be black.
Yeah, it kind of made sense now and stuff. And they actually pulled the fact that Dracon finally turned around and killed Skull, because he's been itching to do that for quite a while since that first Dracon saga and stuff, where Skull kind of fucked him over a bit. Especially when he released Ninja, I was like, "Oh, Skull, you're gonna die," and he died.
Yeah, so all the shit with the Dracon's future, which I'm just gonna call the Age of Tommy. That's another one. That's another one. His dystopian future, the Age of Tommy. I kind of like the one. I kind of want to see more of the world. Like, I kind of feel like, do you think maybe sometime down the future they'll revisit some of these concepts? Like, we get to see more of that dystopian future from Dracon's reality, play out a little bit more, or we'll see more of his idyllic utopia world.
Yeah,
because at the end, we're jumping ahead. Spoilers.
Well, we're all over the place. I don't mind being all over the place, honestly, because that's us. Because to be honest with you, I don't want to do beat for beat. I just like to talk about moments that we liked and disliked, and just talk about that instead of just like, okay, this happened to issue, blah blah blah. And it's like, no, just if anything, this gives people an opportunity that's listening to this to be like, you know what, I want to read this now and really see all this.
Oh my god! If you're listening to this without reading it, I apologize, because I'm about to ruin the fuck out of this book for you if I haven't already.
Look! I am full. We're going full spoilers, because it's impossible to review this, because this shit will be literally me and you 15 minutes of non spoiler review, and I'd be like, so we can only do 15 minutes because we don't want to spoil it. Fuck this! This is spoilers. God damn it!
Yeah. So at the end of the book, once Tommy reignites everyone's memories, and they go to fight Dragon for the final time. The Morphin Masters pop out, and the reality is collapsing around itself, and they tell the surviving Rangers who made it through to this utopia world is that we can reshape the universe as it is, but some things might be different, some things might not be the same. Do you want to put it back the way that it was? You want to make any changes? And they agree to, put the world back the way it was with whatever slight changes the damage might have caused or had to seep through whatever. So as they're going back, the good Tommy reaches back to the bad Tommy and goes, "Look, bro, I know you fucked up. I know it was bad, but there's still hope for you. There's still time. You can come with us. You can, make amends." Mm-hmm. And so Draken is like, "Fuck it," and just turns his back and just stays there in this collapsing reality.
Slaps the hand away from Tommy like, "Fuck you. I don't need you."
Fuck off, Doc. I'm good. What's good, cuz?
To which I'm like, come on, guys. You really think Dracon was going to take Tommy's hand and they were going to rehabilitate him? No. To be honest with you, this was the best ending. This is the best ending you could possibly go for, is that Dracon said, "Fuck your hand, Tommy," and just dipped.
Oh, I agree. There's no coming back. That motherfucker is evil. Yeah, and he has to stay evil. You can't do the shit that he's done and come back for it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm 100% cool with a redemption arc and seeing bad guys and redemptions, but some motherfuckers, there's just some people who are so far gone, there is no coming back.
Actually, correction, Prime. The Fast and Furious did that shit with fucking Jason Statham's character. I'm like, no, you killed Han. It's like, you killed Han. Why are you with the team? No. This doesn't make sense.
No, fuck you. No, there's no coming back from that. Like, okay, we gonna align for this one mission, but bruh, I'm getting your ass when this is over. Please believe that.
Hobbs and the dude gotta go on a buddy cop road trip. The Rock and Jason Statham on a buddy cop road trip.
We ain't drinking no damn Coronas. Me and you, we fucking fighting. Please believe that when this is all over. We going at it.
No problem. They got to fight Idris Elba in their side story. That's why.
Man, fuck, man. What the fuck? Is Idris so...
Idris Elba's the bad guy.
Elba just gonna be in just all fucking movies by the year 2029? Like, what the fuck?
Hey, there could be only one badass old black guy, even though Denzel just did Equalizer 2, and it was the most badass fucking movie ever. Look, say what you will about the Equalizer 2 story. I don't give a fuck about the story. I just want to see Denzel murking people, and that's what I got. That's all I want.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
I need to see
Idris Elba can be...
I need to see all my old favorites. I need to see President Palmer from 24B Blue Marvel. I need what's another old black actor that I need to see in some action movies. Samuel L. Jackson's doing this thing, so that's whatever. I need Keith David back as Goliath in Gargoyles again in some way, shape, or form. I need this. All right, come on.
Fuck that. He's come back and voice Spawn again. What you talking about?
But Goliath, Prime. Goliath.
He's to come back and Spawn first.
Jamie Foxx is Spawn, so yeah. Yeah, I know.
Well, can he be Malbolgia then? Can he do that?
I'll be fine with I'll be fine with that too.
I
need Wesley Snipes as the last ride of Spawn before his daughter takes over. I need all these things to happen.
See, what happens to that character? Like they did that big announcement, like we're gonna do Blade's daughter, and poof, like what? Where's she?
That's a story
where's
for
she
another
at?
day. But I'm pretty sure. Look. If Wesley is to believe, and I believe that is true, and he's been having talks with Marvel, and they're trying to figure out a way to get Blade into the mix. He's coming back.
Hell no, they're just talking to that man on the phone to keep him off their front yard. What are you talking about?
Hey, real talk. You know what's gonna
it's
happen.
Like,
hey, Prime.
It's Wes on the phone.
You're gonna laugh at this, but you know what's gonna happen, right? You want to know what's gonna happen?
What's lay it on me? What's up?
Blade's gonna be on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. like Ghost Rider. It's gonna be like a mini-series. It's like, oh, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. gotta fight vampires with Blade's help. Wesley Snipes is back as Blade. That's what's gonna happen.
That just broke something inside me. Something inside me just cracked and shattered.
And yet, look. Say what you will about Ghost Rider and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I love that. I wanted more of Robbie Reyes because I actually didn't mind that. I want more of it. That's what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did to me with that Ghost Rider. It's like, I want more of Robbie Reyes. Give me more, please. Please don't do this to me, show. Don't.
It's just like, what a... Ghost Rider could have easily been his own movie or his own Netflix show.
After the Nick Cage stuff, man, they're trying to rehabilitate that character, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was the first step.
I get that. I understand that. I get that.
Gotta get the shine off from. You gotta get that shitty Nick Cage. I love Nick Cage as the actor. It was just like, what are we doing with Ghost Rider here, guys? Like, what are we doing here? Like, why?
Because it clearly was a passion project.
Yo, listen. That first movie. I know we're going on tangent, folks, but I have to say this. That first Ghost Rider movie, I think at the time we were just like, wow, they actually did Ghost Rider. And look, they wrote me in on that fucking shit in the trailer with the fucking Old West Ghost Rider. And look, I love fucking Sam Elliott, so that was the perfect person to be Old West Ghost Rider, to be quite frank. So you already got me on that one. That second movie was a fucking fan film. You can't tell me otherwise. It wasn't, because it was.
No, he doesn't mean a movie made by fans. No, he means like somebody went to their fucking backyard on a weekend and just shot a couple of random scenes.
Listen,
and stitched them shit together for a movie.
Do you remember when those directors was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do Ghost Rider right. We're gonna put Blackout in it."
They were sucking.
Yo,
they were talking so much shit. They were talking so much shit. They were like, "We recognize that mistakes were made. That first movie, a lot of fans didn't like them." We were like, "Excuse me." Ghost Rider didn't fight anybody. He just stood there kind of awkwardly and made a weird face.
Penance there.
Yeah, we know.
we were giving you Blackheart. I'm giving you Blackout. I'm like, okay, Blackout was all right, but like, what was this? Why you wasted Idris Elba? Why? What are you doing here? Actually, no. You wasted Idris Elba. You wasted Idris Elba and Christopher Lambert. Raiden. What is going on here?
And ironically, not the first comic book movie to waste an Idris Elba. The fuck?
Hold on. What's the second one?
How's that? The first two Thor movies. How the fuck is that possible?
Okay, see, I thought you were about to say the losers. I was like, Prime, we're going to fight if you say the losers. We were going to fight.
Oh, I fucking love the losers. What the fuck
hey,
I thought enjoyable. I catch myself because I almost said good. I was like, wait, no.
It's enjoyable.
Let me dial that back a little bit. It was enjoyable. It was a fine movie to watch.
I bought the Blu-ray in the $5 bin at Walmart. I have no shame because I enjoyed that movie a lot. So there you go.
You know what? I would have spent $650 on that.
You said $650. Goddamn, dude.
I would have gave them $650. Like I said, I liked the movie. I thought it was.
It was on the back burner on me to get it on Blu-ray. To be fair to me, I was like, I'm going to get it because I did enjoy it. And it was just like I didn't get a chance to. And then one late night at Walmart, I'm walking around and I was looking through the bin. I was like, "Hey, the Losers!" And then I just bought it. And I was like, "All right, cool. This is dope."
I mean, isn't that how Walmart gets everybody? Is that just one random late night?
In fact, I found that and The Last Starfighter on Blu-ray. I didn't even know they came out with a special edition of that movie on Blu-ray. And I saw that and I was like, "I gotta get that. I gotta get that."
You know what? That's how I also ended up finally getting all of the Mad Max movies. I got Fury Road, and I realized like I didn't own any of the Mad Max movies on Blu-ray, and I said, "How is that even fucking possible?"
How?
I'm like, how did I let that happen? Because I fucking love the Road Warrior and Mad Max. Like, how did that shit slide by? I can go and grab my VHS copy of fucking Mad Max. How the fuck do I not have a Blu-ray of this?
I noticed you didn't say Beyond Thunderdome. I
did not say Beyond Thunderdome. I did not.
Two goes in, one goes out. I mean,
yeah, you're very astute. Let me say this: I love the first half of Beyond the Thunderdome. When it turns into Peter Pan for some odd ass reason, in the second half where it kind of loses me.
I gotta be honest with you. I was only in it because of Tina Turner.
I mean, who? I mean, what?
I think every black person was just in it, just like, I just want to see Tina Turner. I don't fucking care about Mel Gibson at this point. I just want to see Tina Turner. That's all I want.
And I just want to see big sweaty men wearing spikes punching each other.
I could have took 30 minutes of Tina Turner scowling at the camera, and maybe she bust out a song or two, and I'll be like, all right, cool. That's all of Beyond Thunderdome, huh? All right, cool. That's dope.
That's a wrap. Yeah. Oh, you mean the parts that actually had Thunderdome in it? That's
yeah. You did say it did turn. It did turn to Peter Pan. I was like, huh.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on here?
Well, Peter Pan.
Mad Max and the Lost Boys.
Mad Max and the Lost Boys with a grown-ass adult in a helicopter and an angry kid. That's about it. I mean...
What
anyway,
side tangent.
I know. We got into... But side tangent here.
We went way down that road.
I'm okay. So what you were saying was like, what I thought was interesting was the implication in the fact that with Dracon fucking up the timeline, even though that they kind of brought everything back to normal, I thought it was interesting, and we can kind of go into this. Power Rangers, even when you factor in the show, you know, it's always had a very linear timeline, you know, and stuff. And we as fans always fill in the gaps on certain things and stuff, which is why I think a lot of people like Go-Go Power Rangers, because it's kind of filling in the gaps on what happened in between episodes and things of that nature.
Yeah, I stand by this. I feel like of the two comic book series, I think Go-Go is the stronger book.
Oh yeah.
It's a book that I would recommend to anybody who's interested in a good comic book, who's interested in a good Power Ranger comic book, who just wants maybe just a good story with some good art. Yeah. Go is the book I'll recommend before I recommend the main book.
Yeah, and so, you know, most people sit there and say, well, Shattered Grid kind of fucked up the timeline. I'm like, but did it though? Because I don't think it negates anything that happens in the show. Because I think that's my thing. You remember that question I asked on Twitter when I said, does anybody have a timeline for the comic book? And a lot of guys linked me Joe, I think his name is Joe Revang. Yeah.
His comprehensive Power Rangers timeline. Shouts out to that dude, because he does the work of chronologing all this stuff.
Yeah.
But here's the issue though. The Boom Studios comic book, there is no way on Zordon's Green Earth that the events that happen in either of the comic books can reconcile with anything that happens in the show, because it's its own separate entity. Yeah. In his timeline, he does a good job of trying to make it fit in, but I feel like Shattered Grid finally puts the giant red dot on that, is that the Boom continuity is as connected to the Power Rangers TV show as the Transformers Generation 1 comic book is connected to the Generation 1 cartoon. Spoilers, not at all.
Yeah, because I think
there's no...
It's like they ended it on a note where the Masters was like, okay, we put it back to the best of our ability, and things are going the way it should go in normal timeline continuity, but we can't help certain aspects of things that already happened. So we're talking like, i.e., what's going to happen to the mainline Rangers now that Tommy is back alive now? Now, how does that change up how their interactions are going forward? You know?
Oh,
And
so yeah, how I read that, and how I'm sorry, I might be entirely wrong, but how I interpret that scene is this is when we catch back up with Bugs. That's where we're gonna have these two diverging events going on, where we get Go-Go now, where the Rangers have all their colors, swapped around, and in the main Mighty Morphin book is where Grace and the survivors from the old universe are floating around in this weird nebulous void on Terra Venture, getting ready to go on random high space adventures. Sure.
yeah,
So I feel like that's what they were talking about, which I also feel like, and this is maybe just me, the comic book reader in me. I feel like there's going to be another event that's going to dovetail and reset the universes again to a more standard view of how they used to be. Maybe.
I mean that's the whole purpose of this arc right here with Power Rangers, with the what was it, the Into the Grid shit. Basically,
Yes,
that's what it seems like. It's there because basically Into the Grid is the Rangers that were kidnapped by Dracon that were not affected by the time change. Basically, since they were on Terra Venture, which was kind of like the if you read Secret Wars, how Reed and Thanos had their lifeboats that were not affected by the merging of like the 616 and Ultimate shit that was going down. And they remember shit that happened post Secret Wars and stuff, like i.e. Miles in the Venom comic remembers when Venom killed his mom in the Ultimate Universe, which is probably one of the more awkward situations to read, where Miles is looking at Venom like, "Yo, go fuck yourself! You killed my mom."
Yeah.
That's how.
So yeah, because they were removed from the events. They were outside of reality. So it makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So maybe they do kind of like fix certain things. And I mean, you got Kimberly from Dracon's time period as the Ranger Killer leading the crew.
Can I just say again, I'm really salty that that's not Jen. That is Ranger Slayer Kimberly instead of Time Force
She
Pink.
looks so badass, and it matches something that Jen was. I mean, not to say Kimberly, not saying alternate universe Kimberly couldn't, but that felt.
But I just feel like,
yeah, go ahead.
That should have been Jen. Like that really should have been Jen. Like I'm sorry, but it should have been. Yeah, she looks badass. Yeah, she looks cool. But like Jen was one of the main characters of Shadow Grid.
I mean, did you find it interesting in the fact that we found out that the only reason why Tommy kind of still survived by the end is because Ranger Killer did something to him before Tommy quote unquote killed him?
Yeah, but let's talk about that shit for a second. Do you remember when that issue dropped, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was like losing their shit going, "Oh my god, this changes Power Rangers forever. I can't actually believe they did that. This event is crazy." CJ, what the fuck did I say?
I mean, look. I was drinking
let's take it back.
For a brief period of, I'll admit, for a brief period about 5 minutes, I was buying the Kool-Aid for a minute. And then I had to remind myself, hey, Chris, how many times have you watched Power Rangers and they say that it's supposed to be this big, epic thing, and then they end up kind of reversing course? Multiple times, Chris.
And not just Power Rangers. And just in comic books. Like, so, hey, Peter Parker, how's having Dr. Octopus in your body working out for you? Oh, what's that? Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
So when they said that, when they did that, what did I say? I said, y'all are all boo-boo the fool if y'all think that future Dr. Tommy Oliver is dead forever. And like, and the issue that happened, like, it was all kind of, it was sweet. It was a prelude to the main events or whatever. He went on a date with Kimberly. They were, filling their groove on, filling their Mac. Kimberly wanted to play the Dragon Dagger for a bit.
I see that.
And so then Draken comes in with the Nothing Personal kid and stabs him in the back. And, it kills him. But like when I got to that scene, I bullshit you not, CJ. The only thing I heard was what you said. That's all I heard. I'm like, dude's not dead.
Don't get it twisted, man. Yo, when he fucking shanked his ass, I was like, holy shit, I didn't see that coming. Like, he literally fucking surprised us. Like, surprise, bitch, bam. I'm like, oh, fuck. He stabbed the shit out of him.
I fucking laughed. I'm like, oh, they actually film like it's because I laughed because I'm like, people are gonna think this is gonna stick. Like I was like tears in my eyes, laughing. Like,
I was more curious.
No way in hell.
I was more curious. How is he going to come back? Like I thought it was going to be on some like, are they going to go like time travel? Is going to like, go back to early Tommy before he got killed, and they just pluck him from there. What are they going to do? And
I had that theory. I also had a theory that maybe like good Tommy was going to become a spirit and then like possess Draken and purify his body. Some straight up the power of friendship shit. Thought they were going to do that. Or like you said, I thought whatever they did with the Morphin guys, I thought they were going to just completely reset and reverse to like Draken never actually happened.
Yeah.
Though fingers crossed. Can you please still do that?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you got the Ranger Killer that implanted a device in Tommy that prevented him, who basically it carried his essence into Dracon when Dracon killed Tommy, which I was like, okay.
So I have another question though.
Yeah.
I'm so confused. So just so we're on the same page, right?
Yeah.
Lord Draken does not equal comic book Tommy. He's an alternate universe version of comic book Tommy.
Yeah.
So they're not connected in any way. Am I wrong in this? Is that the room, right?
I mean, yeah, because what we knew of Dracon. Okay, so here's the thing: what we knew of Dracon in that first arc was basically he was what if Tommy continued to be evil Green Ranger and work with Rita, essentially. That's basically all it was. Work with Rita, and eventually betrayed Rita, and he took over everything. That's basically all it is.
Yeah, and this is the most important station. Like even after the spell was broken.
Yeah,
because the fight with Green with Evil still happened in that universe. Sword of Darkness was still destroyed, but remained a bad guy because there's something inside him that was broken.
Yeah,
they're not the same guy. They're not even like time wibbly wobbly the same version of a different guy. Like this isn't like a Kane the Conqueror situation going on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So essentially, they're two separate characters. So you kind of follow me here a little bit.
Yeah, I'm following you.
Why would that work, Ranger Slayer?
I don't know. Like the whole purpose of her was that she was under control of Dracon, and eventually.
No, I'm sorry. Wind that back. That's the second purpose. The whole purpose of her is cosplay. Second purpose of her.
Don't get it twisted. I mean, the suit does look pretty badass. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, I've already seen like 2 or 3, and I'm like, that's what the shelf fingers. That looks mighty nice.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing of it is, what? Okay, so basically, Ranger Slayer, she had like basically the bow of darkness. It was basically kind of like the sword of darkness. In our world, Kimberly basically shattered the bow. She wasn't under Dracon's control. And what you end up finding out, like I said, she kind of was basically faking as though she was under control and implanted that whole device in Tommy to keep him from basically not quote-unquote dying. His essence, it's kind of like I said, Peter Parker's essence in Doc Ock. This was basically her way of keeping Tommy's essence alive, essentially. It's kind of like Shiro and Voltron, basically, where it's like his essence was still in the Black Lion, even though he was technically dead.
Yeah, so that has another question, because when she did that, I thought, like, wait a minute, so does that mean the Go-Go timeline was the Lord Draken timeline? Because she went to him before he even moved to Angel Grove when he was still in Stone Canyon, and she shot him with the bow. So I was like, wait a minute, because she's then like the line she said, like, this is to prevent something, whatever. So I was like, wait, so is this how they're going to timey-wimey Draken from existing altogether? But no, because it's not the same dude, because it's another alternate reality version. So that's like 3 removed. Like, he's essentially not the same. I don't, whatever. It's nothing matters.
It was basically, if I remember correctly, she shot the arrow in the past Tommy to give him the vision to prevent his fate without killing him. And I'm like, that's a lot of fucking planning. It's like, that's a lot of planning for this. Like,
yeah, so I have another question then. So she shot him with the arrow, right? And he sees the visions of all him, being corrupted by Rita and becoming the Green Ranger and all that. So that leads me to ask the question, so in the comic book universe, him going to the good side or him joining, like, was that his choice?
Yeah, it's like, is it all about choice? Now we have officially, and I don't want to spoil it for you, Prime. We have reached Iron Fist Season 2 territory where now we're questioning, was this really his destiny at this point to be Green Ranger at this stage? Because we've dabbled with time so much, I'm like, And again, this is just us positing certain elements of this story that I'm just like, I'm starting to feel like Charlie is Always Sunny, where I just have this board full of arrows going everywhere, and I'm like, this is confusing, guys. I don't get this.
I mean, like I said, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm thinking too much into this, and I should just let it go.
I mean, put it this way, I feel that they did this thing of trying to like, all right, Tommy got killed in this issue, this grand opening issue of Shattered Grid, right? This thing that's going to shock everybody. So if we're going to bring back Tommy, how do we do it? All right, I guess we got to show some setup of how X, Y, and Z happened to the way it did. And how do you do that in most comics that deals with time travel and stuff? You use time travel to fix your issues, and that's basically what it did.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, for better or worse, for better or worse, it's either if you like it, cool. If you don't, you're gonna be like, well, that was dumb. But again, like you said, comic book logic on everything that's there. But even when it comes to the timeline, I think, like you said, it's one of those situations where you just have to kind of play it. It kind of reminds me of how G.I. Joe Retaliation played their timeline, where it's like they didn't necessarily ignore G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, but they kind of gloss over a lot of things about that first movie. And kept what worked, and then kept what didn't work. It's like, hey, you like Zartan? Well, he's not in the second movie. We're just going to kill him off. But you like Cobra? We're going to bring back Cobra Commander. Yeah, cool. And he's not Duke's brother anymore.
And have him actually be Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
Like, I forgive the live action G.I. Joe movies a lot of things, but the fact that second fucking... Here's my thing, CJ. If the Transformers movies had the same energy that Cobra Commander's suit from Retaliation had, they might actually have been really enjoyable.
Hence why I am trepidatious about Bumblebee, because they're wrapping you with that G1 shit, and I'm like...
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Look,
I've been burned 5 times.
Burned 5 times. Look, Prime, I'm pretty sure you were sitting in there clutching your pearls when you saw Soundwave and Ravager pop out of the fucking tape deck. I'm pretty sure you clutched your pearls on that one.
If I wasn't at work, I would have pulled my dick out there and beat it when I saw that Optimus Prime.
Then I got to find out on the news you got fired for doing that.
I got fired for indecent exposure. I'm like, but Optimus Prime, though. Did you see? He looks like the cartoon.
It was like, is that Prime? Son of a bitch, that's Prime. God damn it, we can't record tonight. God damn it, Prime. We can't do this shit. Gotta tell everybody that Prime whipped his dick out in the library. We can't do more from Metacast. Son of a bitch.
And with the fucking quote in the article, but he said, but at least I have a bigger dick than Batman.
It's like, that's my Prime. It's like, how about we just do a PayPal to raise some bond for this guy?
I'm sure y'all got my back, right? I mean, this is for a good cause. Right?
I think we got a good enough following for more from Metacast. We could probably make that happen. I'm pretty sure we can.
Okay, that'll be my one. I'll save that. I'll save that for a good one.
I'm just saying, but it's like, so if I'm going to say the good, right? There were moments in this comic that I enjoyed, because seeing Dracon to go to different time periods and stuff, like, I'm not invested much in Hyperforce, but I do appreciate them integrating the Hyperforce Rangers into the mix and stuff, because I ain't gonna lie, shout outs to Andre the Black Nerd. It was amazing seeing him be very ecstatic on that stage with the other Blue Rangers. And I mean, look, that's Power Rangers in a nutshell. If you're a fan, like, that's something that I think any one of us, if we got an opportunity to be a part of Power Rangers in some way, shape, or form, I mean, shit, us doing the show is us being part of Power Rangers. But like,
yo, CJ,
yeah.
It'll never happen, because they know we'll act like some damn fool.
Oh yeah,
I know. I'm gonna act like a damn fool.
I'm the fucking Blue Ranger.
Please leave that shit.
Get the hell out of my face. I'm the Blue Ranger. What?
I was gonna say, because out for a hot minute, I was really campaigning to be motherfucking Gosei Knight. Like, they had bet not.
It's like, I can do the voice. Just need ADR.
I can be a voice actor. Just put me in the booth. Put me in, coach.
That's how Saban gets you, Prime, because Saban will look at you like, so would you do it for free?
I'm like,
that's how Saban got you the balls.
I do it. If you give me all the fucking toys, how about that? Let's go.
Toys for life.
Every toy of my character you send to me. What's up? What up?
So that's a fair exchange.
And I'll come back for extra seasons. What's up?
Yeah. It's like, I'll come back. Please.
But like, fine. You got Discord? Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's do it right now.
Let's do it right now. Let's do this. Nah, but it's like they include the Hyperforce Rangers, and I thought it was funny how Dracon used them for his own game. Because, by the by, Scorpina was also regulating her own shit. Like, Rita's out the question, so Dracon's out the paint. So guess it's time for me to go get some Serpentera action.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really upset that I didn't watch any of the episodes. I really wish I had because they sound pretty fun.
Oh, they were fun. Look. I love the initiative by Scorpina because I would have did the same thing. It's like, people that I worked under is gone, huh? Time to get into some mischief right now. Let's do this.
And I think that's pretty much in line with how she's been portrayed in the comic book.
Yeah. I look, if you are a bad guy that has minions, you got to kind of keep your one eye open here. All right. I mean, I'm pretty sure Zed kept one eye open, hence why he gave Godar his wings to kind of keep him under his thumb. Rita, I'm surprised she had Godar under his thumb because if you read the MMPR annual #1, he had a brother that got killed by it was Zed, right?
I thought it was Rita.
It was Rita, and I'm shocked that Godar kept his composure, like, because any other person would have been like, "Bitch, you killed my brother. Now you gotta die."
I'm assuming, and I'm making assumptions here. I'm assuming that comic book Godar there was just buying his time because he seems a little more put together and a little more calculating.
He was, because when his brother got killed, he was kind of like, I can make a move now and I'll die. I want to wait.
It was like, I can make this work.
Yeah.
I got this.
Because it was like, his brother got killed and he was just sitting there like, I mean, I get there's a reason, but you didn't have to kill him. I mean, shit. Like, come on. Like, why? Don't do this. But hey, his brother was on some Starscream shit. Like, yo, we gotta take over because Rita ain't shit. Please, let's do this. So hey, it is what it is. We saw what happened with Starscream. Got too close to the sun. He got taken out by Galvatron. So there is that. Hold up, you say that?
So we'll see. I'm gonna say because we'll see because Godar was trying to regulate in that MMPR Pink book.
Look, he was.
He thought Rita had a back turn.
Yo, and here's the kicker, right? So now, that makes you wonder, does MMPR Pink happen after this? Does this change up everything now? Or everything kind of goes everything is stat quo?
I'm assuming that everything that happens in the comic books happens in what I'm calling it the boom continuity because it's own contained little bubble there.
Yeah.
Because as far down the timeline, I'm assuming it happens, or if not, it happens like that. A version of it happens.
Yeah.
It's just like, when is it going to happen? Because they have to reset the universe back to square, maybe not 1, but maybe 1.5.
Yeah. And I mean, and the thing of it is, too, on top of that, like, because we talk about, Scorpina and them, Tommy going through the different time zones and stuff. I love the layout of certain fights and how he had his Paladins fighting, the Zeo Rangers, Time Force Rangers. I love when they went to Corinth to the RPM world. And, like, since they're in the desert, you get that scene where they thought they won, and then boom, you get fucking that scene with Tommy and fucking Korag,
the Psycho Rangers, the A Squad, SPD Rangers.
I was like, yo, like, he ain't fucking playing around.
Like, a lot of the scenes in this book, man, is like the type of fan service is the shit I'm talking about. It's the stuff that gets me hyped up.
Yeah, look, that's probably why, like, I'll be straight up honest with you. I sat there initially. I think for the first 2 issues, I was hating on the book a little bit because I was like, man, why is Dracon running roughshod over everybody? Make it hard for him, book. Please, just make it hard. Like, it just felt like he was Thanos, and I get it. And it's like...
Then he rolled on Dr. K, and Dr. K said she ain't having none of that shit.
Yo. Hey, look. And that's why I said I give it to Dr. K. Dr. K put up a fight to where Tommy was like, oh, shit, they really are being serious. Like, it's kind of like when Thor rolled up in there and fucking stabbed the shit out of Thanos, and Thanos was like, oh, shit, he stabbed me. Fuck. Oh well, snap, bam. That was Dracon right there. Like, shit, she's serious. Okay, I guess I gotta try hard now.
I agree. I just but then there's also so much of the book, some of the things they did, I just thought was like just fucking dumb. Like the final issue when they had the Megazord. I might be on this island alone and by myself, and that's okay. I'll gladly kick my feet up and eat some Doritos here.
Sword.
But I know, right? I would down that sword, but I fucking hate that thing. I think it looks fucking ugly. I think it's just like
which one?
Mega Megazord, like when they took all the leftover Zords, they got murked in the giant battle.
Yeah,
and patched together.
Yeah,
that thing,
I dub it the Frankenstein Megazord. Yeah.
The fourth Frankenstein Zord we've had, and I'm like, you've gone to that well 3 times already.
Yeah, I'm all for, because you know what it reminded me of. You know what it reminds me of, and this is a good lore for people that have been following the show and stuff. So, way back in MMPR Season 2, there was concept art of what the Thunderzords was going to look like, right? And the Thunderzords... Back
when they were trying to... Yeah, they were going to just upgrade the Dinozords.
Yeah.
For like Zoo 2 footage.
Yeah, and what it was is, it was kind of like basically kind of like slimmer versions of what the Thunderzords were going to be, but just in kind of like a Dinozord kind of form-ish a little bit.
If you want to you kind of want what it kind of looked like. Yeah. It actually kind of looked a lot like how the Dino Thunder Megazord ended up looking like. The Thundersaurus, man.
Oh, yeah.
That Megazord.
Yeah.
With the tail drill arm, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, and that's basically what these Build-A-Zords look like in Shattered Grid. It feels like that. Not it's a bad thing, because it feels like a lot of this is kind of like hint. These are kind of like what you would have gotten in MMPR Season 2. And look, as somebody,
I kind of feel like in a bad way, because I thought that Megazord looked dumb as shit.
Now, as somebody that me and you, we collect toys, I wouldn't mind getting a toy version of this for aesthetic purposes.
I wouldn't buy it.
You wouldn't buy it? You wouldn't buy it? Even if Hasbro said, hey, we're going to do the Mega Gravesword Zord, would you get it?
No. I don't mind. No, I'm sorry. I don't mind the Gravesword. The Zord is just okay looking. Like, it doesn't bother me as much as, like, when after Draken fucked up all their Zords and scattered them to the wind, they were like, we only got a couple of Megazords left. Let's just put half together and make a hodgepodge.
I thought you meant the Gravesword. No. You said that. That's what I thought you meant.
No, not Gravesword. No, the Gravesword I thought was okay. It was fine. Whatever. It's Boom Studio design. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
The Mega Megazord, like the final Megazord they put together with the Zord from Dino Charge as an arm.
Oh yeah,
that shit is hit.
Ooh yeah,
I don't just actively. I don't just not like it. I actively hate it. Like it's
like, oh poor baby, what are you doing?
So fucking. First of all, one of the components on it is an actual arm. I'm like, have you ever actually seen that Megazord? Because it transforms to its own individual giant robot by itself. Has the artist or the writer ever seen any of these components in the show?
No.
And I feel like, again, this is if Shattered Grid is a fan servicey event book, which I'm assuming that's the intent. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
If you have a scene where you have to hodgepodge a bunch of different Megazords together, and I said this on Twitter, so if you have this scene, and for years Bandai has inflicted upon us their Zord builder system, that they pretty much build on all the Megazords.
Yeah,
on kind of like standardized parts where you can swap out different pieces of different Megazords and put them on different So the one time we could have used that in canon, and you could have had like actual toys of whatever you were going to do because they exist. You could have done it. You decide not to do it so this dude can flex with our portfolio. Fuck you. I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
I got a feeling Hasbro is going to capitalize on that. I got a feeling. This is just a hint. This is a feeling, and I wouldn't mind that, But
if you don't think Bandai is going to release Boom Studio design stuff, you boo boo the fool, because that's page 3 of their PowerPoint. It's page 3 on their PowerPoint.
It's like, here's what we're going to do.
Page 1. First off, page 1 was step 1: put our dick in Bandai's mouth and make the lightning connection.
Yeah.
Page 2 Power Rangers versus Transformers because you know it's fucking coming.
That's money.
Don't
in the
even
bank. That's money. That's money in the fucking bank.
Don't even act surprised when they announce that shit. Because motherfuckers be like, I can't believe they did it. Really, dog? You didn't think they were gonna do that, bruh? Really, bruh? For real, dog.
Time out, Prime. I say this as a person that felt G.I. Joe and Transformers make sense. Power Rangers and Transformers makes even way more fucking sense. I mean, shit, Voltron and Transformers make sense. So at this point, it's like, all right, fuck it. Let's see. Let's go.
Transformers and Power Rangers makes about as much sense as Street Fighter and Power Rangers or Justice League and Power Rangers. Just do it. It's gonna happen. It's happening. Don't question it. Don't even act surprised. You already know that was like at the top of the fucking agenda when they did this. And page 3 was, hey, people seem to like all these Boom Studio designs. Well, we know we got to make toys of this shit, right?
Yeah.
You also know Hyperforce. Hyperforce is going to get official toys because you know they are.
Well, it's like okay. So I don't know if you actually watched. You actually what was it? It was a Street Fighter comic that came out. Was it Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat? Nah, it wasn't it. I think it was Street Fighter versus shit. What fucking damn.
Well, there was a Street Fighter G.I. Joe.
Yes, Street Fighter G.I. Joe, right? I was reading that comic and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And it somehow works somehow. Like, I don't know why. Like, it was weird how it worked in a strange way.
Was that I'm about to show my fucking age? Do you remember the G.I. Joe Street Fighter toys that came out? They had kind of their own little story where you had like G.I. Joe vehicles, Street Fighter inspired G.I. Joe vehicles with redos of G.I. Joe characters. Well, not redos, but like retools, I should say. The G.I. Joe molds in the Street Fighter characters.
Yes, I do.
And it had like their own little mini comic with it.
The packaging was so cheap.
Yeah. So when I heard they were doing that, I was like, "Oh, I'm not surprised because I'm old as fuck. I remember this."
Hey, look, I bought all 6 issues of that miniseries, and I was very happy. I was like, "Oh, this is actually pretty interesting." I
have the trade. I haven't read it yet, but I have to ask you: does Bison's big purple pimp tank pop up in it?
Try to remember because it's been a minute because I just read that series and just was enthralled that it even happened. So I don't
because if his purple pimp tank or that Humvee that he had for the toy line from the 90s pops up in it, I'm gonna go read that shit to stop this episode.
There is a vehicle in the comic, but I don't know if it was a Humvee or any of that.
See, now I gotta check it out. Damn
yeah,
you, CJ.
I know. Sorry, that whole thing just kind of passed me by so quick and stuff, and it's like, fuck, I gotta reread that whole thing now. You know, but
now I gotta go thumb through it. Okay,
I'll say this.
But yeah, so back to
so I did also enjoy that whole battle on the moon. It was about as chaotic as I expected a Power Ranger fight to be. It was chaotic, like just everybody talking to each other, communicating on what they gotta do. The Paladins versus the fucking all the Power Rangers, and just like even before then, when they're giving the speech to all the Rangers from different dimensions, I was like, okay, this is about to fucking go down, and then you get that big splash page of the fucking moon fight. You know,
I'm kind of again, I might be on this by myself. I mean, I like the moon fight, but it didn't make my nipples hard.
Oh, it didn't make mine either. It was just like that was interesting and enjoyable. Chaotic as shit.
Yeah, it was chaotic. It was fun. It was like, but like I felt like there was something missing. Like, if you ask me what it was, I don't think I can articulate. Like, it was just something about it where I was like, that was just okay, but like I don't think it really conveyed the energy that I felt like it should have conveyed.
I wanted it to at least, if I had like, I wanted it to convey that kind of energy that we got in that 99 Heroes battle in Gokaiger.
You know what? Thank you, CJ. I think that's what it was. Like, it didn't have that same energy. Like, you know how those Tyson movies or like how the 199 Heroes fight?
Yeah.
Like those mishmash high energy, those fight scenes have like. that is nothing but straight up 1000% eye candy.
I mean, just
now,
just little moments, like say, like for instance, in the 199 Hero Battle, you got that little moment with Hurricaneger and Kaku Ranger teaming up using their Ninja Shriek moves. I was like, oh shit, yeah,
oh, shit. Or what I just watched, or what was it? Was it Superhero Tyson Z, where it had all the space theme? Like, so you had Kamen Rider, Super One, Meteor. Which Sentai was it? Which team was it? But anyway, like, it had all the space theme heroes, like they were fighting together.
Yeah.
And I just watched the Cho Superhero Tyson movie, where they had a bunch of just random heroes with like bows and guns, and like basically Galaga monsters. It's like it's shit like that. Like things happen and things with like they try to stick to like themes, and like out of the group fights they have this really high impact energy.
Yeah,
and you can probably say like well, Prime, maybe because that's in live action, it's a comic book, and I'm like no, because you can do high impact, high energy scenes of comic books that convey the same sense of scale. Scale and immersion, because comic books have been doing it for years. It's just something about the moon fight just kind of lacking to me.
And I mean, I even like the moments before it where you had that little interaction with the Magna Defender and the Phantom Ranger.
And see,
that was fun. More. I wanted more of those kind of little interactions, because it's like, hey, what would they say to each other if they met each other?
I agree. I totally agree. I feel like the series overall was, because it was so focused on a Morphin team, we kind of didn't get a lot of those smaller character interaction moments. Like, just wish we had gotten more of that. Or one of my favorite moments one of my favorite things that come from Shadow Grid is now I ship Jason and Lauren. They're my OTP now forever.
Look, I get they fixed the timeline, but it's like, yo, Jason and Lauren, that could have happened.
Like,
it would have been on some Back to the Future shit. It would have been on some Back to the Future shit. And it's like, oh yeah, Jason, we got to go back because you fucked up. You weren't supposed to do that.
Can my dude Jason? Can he get some? Can he smash? Can they be together? Then I thought about it, I was like, wow, they put the timeline back together, and then we follow Jason all the way. Like, oh no, we don't want to turn Jason into Drake though. Fuck. Damn it.
Yeah,
we don't want him to be R. Kelly.
I mean, fuck. Look, like, and that's another thing. I will say, like, I like how I felt Lauren got more of a better characterization in this comic than what she did in Samurai. I felt she got a raw deal in Samurai. I really did.
So you see, CJ, you didn't like the weird incestual undertones that they had in Samurai? Is that what you're saying?
I hate you, Prime. I mean,
it's so weird, and it's so weird to me. It's because like a lot of the scenes that she had were, just some of them were like one for one straight up translations from, Shinkanger, and in Shinkanger, oh my gosh, what was Shiva's first name? What was his name?
Fuck. See, now I'm like blanking out.
Was it Takaru?
I think so.
Yeah. So
let's go with that.
Yeah, so him and the female Shinken Red, they weren't related by blood. He was just a retainer. He was the true Red Ranger.
They were from the same house, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're from the same house, but they weren't related by blood. He was kind of like a retainer or vagabond that they put up to protect her identity.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so he wasn't a true Red Ranger. He wasn't related. They weren't related by blood. So any scenes that they had where it kind of had that weird kind of sexual tension, you were like, yeah, well, I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
Versus the Samurai, where they are related by blood. So when they translate those scenes, it's like kind of awkward.
Very awkward. But, I mean, look, we said this during the show.
Why is Lauren giving them those dick suck eyes? I'm just saying, it's kind of weird.
We said this during the Samurai podcast. It was like, this is what happens when you get lazy and do a direct translation. It's just that shit. You that's just laziness at the highest order. You didn't really factor in a lot of nuances in.
Like nobody at any phase looked at the script and go, wait a minute. Aren't they brother and sister in our show?
I mean, at least Mystic Force had the fucking foresight to not make the fucking Core Rangers fucking brothers and sisters and just friends. Shit.
I'm just saying.
Because at least it made like the Sentai scenes reasonable and shit, especially particularly with Homegirl and the Gold Ranger. At least that it was like, all right, cool, I get it now.
Yeah, and well, in the Sentai they weren't related by blood; they got related by marriage.
My bad. Sorry, see, I keep getting them mixed up a little bit.
Yeah, and here's an example: in Lightspeed Rescue, they didn't make them all brothers and sisters like in Go-Go 5.
Oh yeah, it was. I think it was just Dana and her dad in the Titanium Ranger. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, and in Mystic Force, it was pink and blue.
Yeah. So it's like yeah, you have to change that up. Otherwise, like you said, you just make it for where it's like, well, hold up. It's like, hold up. How are you his sister? And that's
Because I know we got to also say this because I know somebody's probably yelling at their damn podcast machine, their podcast machine.
Yeah.
So it's probably yelling at the speaker. We also got to mention that it's pink and blue, then red and warrior. Yeah. So there were familiar ties, but not as strong as in Maji Ranger, because Maji Ranger's core theme was family.
Oh yeah. It was before Dominic Toretto, you had Maji Ranger. So there you go. So, but yeah,
speaking of,
but I feel
the announcement because we jumping around.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're jumping around. Did you hear the announcement? We're finally getting the Gal Ranger box set from Shout Factory, doing God's work over there.
Yay! Hooray! I think I saw the box set for it. So yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, it's a nice cover. So we're almost Archanger. We're almost the Abba Ranger.
We're hitting into the Disney era-esque situation at this point. And then people.
So here's my question then, CJ. Mm-hmm. Do you think when we get to the seasons that Saban skipped? Well, no, because they're gonna do them because they're doing them all in order except for Jetman. Holy shit! So, oh my god, we might get Tokuger. Oh my god!
Don't faint, Prime. Don't faint.
Oh, and we are this close to Gokaiger. We are this fucking close to Gokaiger.
Oh, look, when Gokaiger happens, that's gonna be everybody having their third eye open to what we missed out on. I know we say this countless times about Gokaiger, and the funny thing is, I love Gokaiger. The funny thing is, I look at videos of Gokaiger. I know we side tangent it though. I looked at videos about Gokaiger. I didn't know there were a certain amount of people that didn't like Gokaiger. I was shocked. I was like, really? Huh? Interesting.
Yeah, some people didn't like it.
But my fanboy hat was on watching it, so that's probably where I was sitting there like, really?
Oh, I love the fuck out of Gokaiger. Like I love the fuck out of shows like Gokaiger and Decade, even with their faults, because Decade. Decade.
We talked about it. We talked about that. I just, it is
even
what it
with
is.
their faults. Even with their faults, I love the fuck out of them because I love the energy and the idea put behind them. It's a celebration, bitches.
Yeah. So when people get that Gokaiger, man, listen, people folks are gonna lose their goddamn minds. They're gonna be like, "This is what we could have got. God damn it, Saban. Why?" You know. But
here's one thing I don't understand. There are people who legitimately love Super Mega Force. Unironically. I don't understand people.
Hey, look. Hey, we all like garbage. Prime. Let's be real about this.
I'm not judging you. I'm just saying I don't understand you.
And look, Prime. We all have that one thing that we like that's garbage, and we stand on this. I mean, I make it known. I make it known that I like. What show was it? I think I've literally sat there and said that I enjoy those Transformers movies outside of the two that I said was bad. But, like, it's hard for me to say it's garbage because it's like, fuck. God damn it, I still like them. Like, I even like the first Marky Mark one. It's like, I like it, but I know it's bad. So it's like, I can't really knock it. I really can't. That's why I don't go hard to paint on people. It's like, if you like Super Mega Force, cool. I mean, hey, look. People that don't watch the Sentai, I get it. I 100% get it. Totally get it. You know, but for us that saw Gokaiger, we're just like, this is a shell of his former self. We got robbed.
I mean, I'm saying, every time I look at Super Mega Force, what's that fucking Adele song, Rolling in the Deep, just plays. I'm just like,
yeah. So, but
could have had it all, man.
But yeah, she got. I was saying Shatter Grid. Lauren got a good deal out of it. I felt that was their way of making up for how she was portrayed in Samurai, because I just felt like when it came down to it with Samurai, she became kind of an afterthought because, well, footage dictates we gotta go back to Jayden now, so yeah. and this one was like, all right, we're gonna have her be a little bit prominent. We're gonna give her a relationship with Jason, and it's like I actually wanted to see that. Don't get it twisted. I mean, Jason and Trini hooking up, that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I definitely wanted to see Jason and Lauren hook up on some, like at least on some sort of level here, at least. But
look, man. If they don't hook up, if I don't get my OTP, somebody gotta catch hands, bro. This. I don't fight for ships, but this is the ship I will fight and die on. Goddammit.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but like, because you had those things, you had those moments. Even like I said, even we go back to like Rita factoring in with the green candle and how that didn't necessarily work because, surprise, surprise, Dracon ends up killing Finster 5 because he has a machine that would actually help Dracon out, and Dracon said, "Fuck it, I don't need Finster 5 anymore," even though that was supposed to be his boy. And
he said, "I'm sorry, old friend." He said he had to do what had to be done.
I mean, did he have to? I mean, it didn't seem like he had to.
I mean, he didn't because he's an evil little shit, but
Yeah, I will say this, right? One of the things that I can say, right? I know we've been going back and forth on our good and bad about this comic, right? I do love that a lot of folks that were maybe not into Power Rangers, even when the movie came out, there was still a lot of folks that was like, movie's out. The magic is over. I don't care about Power Rangers anymore. I like that Shattered Grid and the amount of marketing that they did. It got people's attention on Power Rangers that maybe didn't necessarily keep up with it. Like hearing people sit there and say, "Oh my God, they actually put some story to the original Power Rangers that the show did." And I'm like, yeah, that's actually a good thing because we didn't get much characterization of the show other than what we as fans kind of interjected on what could possibly happen. So I can at least appreciate folks that look at this comic and enjoyed it on a visceral level of what it was. So, and like you said, me and you said at the end of the day, hey, Shattered Grid was actually pretty dope. Hey, it's Crisis on Infinite Earths, it's Infinity Gauntlet, it's everything that you could want out of a Power Ranger that they did, and it's like, this is actually not bad. Now I want more. And look, we got all this shit just for to say, all right, guys, so here's what we're going to do. Post Shattered Grid, we're going to continue with MMPR, but we're also going to expand out to other seasons. And I'm like, thank you. That's all I ask.
If I'm reading the temperature of the room right, they're not really continuing with MMPR. MMPR is transforming into that Dimension Terra Venture Lost in Space kind of book.
It's beyond Grid, but they're still kind of like keeping an aspect of we're not going to have two books focused solely on MMPR anymore. Which I'm like, thank you.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Which is what we've been asking for.
Yeah.
Though I kind of maybe I'm on this island alone by myself again. It's fine. I've planted a tree here. I'm gathering nuts.
Stand for Prime.
Yeah. I've cracked open a coconut. I'm drinking milk. This island is quite temperate and very relaxing. But I'm here by myself, and I go, this is beyond the Grid. That's cool and all, but like you blew up your universe before we kind of got a chance to explore it. You know what I mean? Like, I really would. I like to see the Boom Studio versions of some of these other teams, like the RPM and the like
Zeo,
some
in space.
So yeah. I would like to see just some adventures in these worlds. And just, I didn't have to, throw the baby out.
Andros and the team post in space after Zordon got killed. What were they doing?
I mean, I'm saying you didn't have to throw out the baby with the bathwater before you press the giant universe reset button.
I mean, granted, what's interesting about Soul of the Dragon is that it somehow implies that like Time Force morphed into SPD and Tommy's still alive, and it's like,
well, yeah, I was saying, ultimately we know it all goes back to the same because Time Force is after SPD because Time Force is, which is, by the way, isn't it weird that pretty soon we're going to be in the 2025 that SPD
no flying
promising
cars
in the Power Rangers timeline?
No flying cars.
Yeah.
I've been a kid. Me and you have been kids of the 90s where we were told we would have flying cars and not a single fucking flying car. I'm mad.
Let me tell you something. I'm not mad. I'm mad.
I want
motherfuckers having flying cars. Hell no! These motherfuckers can barely operate ground vehicles. You watch a fucking traffic pile up with motherfuckers on the ground. You tell me what that shit in the sky? Hell no!
I want chaos.
You know how much shit
I was promised flying cars, and movies told me this, and now I don't get it. I'm mad. That's all I'm saying.
Hell no! I barely trust these motherfuckers with cars. I don't want to give them basically flying fucking missiles. No.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But, so anyway, down to the side tangent. So as I was saying, like, really would like to have seen these Power Rangers universes before you blew up the world. But like you said, Soul of the Dragon is. I'm going to just knock on wood and say it's confirmed that the universe resets to what we would call standardish.
Standardish.
Because Tommy is an old man and he has all his powers and it goes along. And so that means like events have to transpire along the line. Unless they're going to look us in the eyeballs and tells us that out of all the Boom Studio comic books, this is the one that air quote takes place in the TV show continuity. I highly find that. I don't find that.
Does this negate the Christmas episode of Tommy's son, or does this confirm the Christmas episode where Tommy's son is a ranger?
I'm going to say it confirms it because I'm trying to remember.
Remember in the Christmas episode? His son? I don't know his son's name.
That wasn't his son.
No,
that wasn't his son. That was his grandson.
That's what I'm saying. Does this Soul of the Dragon confirm that that's basically the legit future of Tommy can't get married? They have a kid. His kid has a kid.
Dimensions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just kind of shrug and say Dimensions in Danger kind of confirmed it.
Yeah.
Because they kind of they jump back in the portal holding hands, bruh. I'm just saying.
I mean, granted, those prosthetics in the 90s, clearly that wouldn't be Tommy as an old man, but hey, Saban had to kind of make him old man Tommy, So, even though it's funny now when you look at Soul of the Dragon, remember that scene in Batman Beyond when Superman recruited Terry for the Justice League? And, Bruce is looking at Clark like, I could use some of that Kryptonian blood. And then Clark was like, you'll outlive all of us, Bruce. You always will. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point.
Spoilers. I'm like, spoilers, Clark. Fucking spoilers.
Bruce refused to die in Batman Beyond, even when they did that 20-year flash forward after Justice League, the prologue. I'm like, Bruce is old as shit.
Just decrepit as fuck, just refusing to die. Like, damn, you got that. Well, when you're an old rich white dude, that's look at fucking Murdoch. I'm just saying, they going. I'm just saying.
Clark wasn't lying, man. He's like, Bruce, you'll outlive us all. I'm like, shit, that dude is hanging on to life.
He over here looking like fucking Skeletor, goddamn it. He ain't going nowhere.
That's why I looked at Tommy and Soul of the Dragon. I'm like, that's old Tommy that I figured would happen. Not that shit in the 1990 show. This is no, this is old Tommy that I need. I just need in Soul of the Dragon Tommy to have a leg, his knees is giving out on him. I just need that. Just give me that, please.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be that fucking Logan movie that JDF was talking about doing right when they were doing the 2017 movie, where it's like, oh, you could totally do a solo Green Ranger movie. You totally do one when he's later in life.
They gave him his wish.
They gonna give him his wish.
Look.
Isn't he credited as a co-writer in that book?
Yeah.
I think he is.
Yeah. Look. See? JDF is living the dream, and you know what? I cannot blame them for kind of sort of bowing to his whims because he's money.
I'm saying, I ain't mad at him.
Get your money up, dog. I do not blame JDF whatsoever for pushing it because, look, we can talk our shit about Tommy all we want.
Yeah, I can talk. Folk like him.
Hey, we can talk our shit about JDF, but when they announced Soul of the Dragon, I was like, look, I say my shit about Tommy, but I wouldn't mind reading that book. We know, like you said, we know it's old. We already know it's old man Tommy, but I just want to see how this goes. I want to see the last hurrah of the Green Ranger. Let's go.
I already pre-ordered mine on Amazon. No bullshit. As soon as I went, what's that ISBN? I got you. Yeah. I got it.
Yeah. It's just kind of it just makes sense. This is something that you have to. I want to read now. I want to read Old Man Tommy, just like I want to read Beyond the Grid. Just like I feel that Cal Higgins and them learned the lesson of their first Draken arc, where it was basically, hey, don't overextend yourself. Just tell the fucking story.
It's not.
And just get to the point.
It's overstaying your welcome.
Yeah, overstaying your welcome. Overstaying your welcome. That's basically what it was. And because I felt first Drake
Dragon
saga,
shit. Yeah,
that one just kind of spun his wheels. They were spinning his wheels at one point. I'm like, just wrap it up, guys, please.
Just wrap it up, B. Wrap it up. if it was just 2, I'd give you maybe 3 volumes of the series. I'd have been cool. That was a fun romp. That was a nice side adventure. Let's go on to some more stuff. But like the whole book became about Draken, and I'm like, that's not what I paid for.
And they spent a lot of time in that. Look, wasn't there like a smooth 6 issues, maybe 7, where they were focused on the future shit that was happening with the Resistance.
I'm just like, I don't care.
I mean, I care enough. It's like I care enough, but you gotta like move past this. Like I cared enough to know, okay, how different is this future? Oh, Bulk and Skull are actually part of the Resistance because they're Ranger fans, and it's like, okay, you gave me enough, but you gotta have to move the story forward because at this point, it's like I don't care. There's a corrupt Billy. I don't care that there's this. It's like I don't care. Like at that point, you overstayed your welcome. In this book, I think that they was like, all right, we're gonna tell a story. Yes, focus on MMPR. You get your little dash of Hyperforce, your dash of Samurai, your dash of Time Force, but we're gonna tell the story and get straight to the point. And I was happy for that. I was like, thank you, appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Problems aside, though, in certain instances, but they got to the point. I was like, all right, cool, dope, thanks, appreciate that.
And I kind of feel hypocritical a little bit because, like I just said earlier, like I just really wish it's not fair that the Draken shit got all that room to breathe and like the really interesting stuff in like Shattered Grid, like Draken got too much room to breathe and fucking located itself.
I mean, it confirmed it confirmed a lot of things. We confirmed that Dino Charge. I mean, granted, 25th anniversary confirmed it too, but like the Shattered Grid comic confirmed the fact that RPM is in a different dimension, which we knew, but Saban was playing so fucking coy with that. I'm just like, whatever. And that Dino Charge is in a different dimension, which, hey, cool, good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And like I said on the Shattered the Dimensions in Danger episode, I felt like
you might as well
as cool as that is, yeah, you might as well call it Shattered.
Yeah.
Shattered Dimensions. As cool as that is, I don't like the precedent that sets because, like we said, one thing about Power Rangers that a lot of people, including myself, that I like is that it's one continuous narrative, and as things get added onto and build upon it. This thing about where you can pick and choose just random shows being in their own separate reality, I don't like that because it just to me stinks of some writers or producers who would just go, well, we're going to take our ball and go to our corner, and I'm like, nah, bro, you got to play with the group. Come back.
Yeah. I mean,
come to the table.
And I think they wrote themselves. And I love RPM. I think it's a really great season. I think once they made that the future, like, oh, it's in the future and this computer took over and stuff, I feel that's where they wrote themselves into a corner.
Yeah, that was fine with that. RPM was the side outliner because I feel like RPM, it benefits itself from being in its own universe because we're probably never going to get RPM again because we're never going to get a moment where the people running Power Rangers are just going to turn their back and just like not pay attention because like that's a lightning in a bottle that never ever going to happen ever again.
Oh yeah.
So that being his own separate universe, I'm actually surprised that Saban even acknowledges it at all. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I was very much shocked we got that RPM and Samurai team up. I mean, I was shocked. Very much shocked.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm like, wow, really, Saban? That you didn't like this season?
Hey, Saban had to do something to give people something to chew on. So hey, we give them that. So.
I mean, we give them a lot of shit, but sometimes they make some good decisions. I think the Clash of the Red Rangers, though poorly executed in some instances, was a good decision to do overall.
Yeah. I mean, broken clock is right twice sometimes. Just saying.
Occasionally.
But yeah, it's
depends on when you check it.
But yeah, it's just like Shattered Grid as a whole. Like I said. I will say this, like I said, any negative stuff, I like the fact that a lot of folks that maybe weren't in the Power Rangers, from what I've noticed from conversations and some podcasts that I've listened to, I like hearing the excitement from people that read Shattered Grid and they're like, oh my god, I didn't know you could do this with Power Rangers. And I'm like, yeah, these are things you can do with Power Rangers, and it can be this thing.
Why don't you come over here? Well, let us show you this special thing. Come on. You
gotta open this. Look, I would love, like I said, I feel the movie that reboot movie got the interest peaked, and it kind of waned a little bit. But I feel the comics kind of and the way the mainstream media took over on that trailer, it kind of got people kind of like, oh, so you actually can do this with Power Rangers. I'm like, yeah, we've been saying that for a while.
They've been doing it for years. Okay, just
but hey, I'm glad
you're here now.
Yeah, you're here now. That's
the most important thing.
Yeah,
you're here now.
Yeah, you're here now, and I'm welcoming everybody. I'm like, thank you. I'm glad that you guys see the badassery and stuff. So hopefully this opens you guys up to seeing the things that we've seen, whether you watch different Power Ranger seasons or whether you do this. I hope you see the things that me and you and Prime have seen. Like, I hope this gets you into watching a Sentai season, maybe, or just a clip of it, just to see what we enjoy about
or maybe also right now. Do you want to hear about our Lords and Savior, the Allies of Justice, the Kamen Riders?
Yes, I mean that's something that look. If they somehow get the Kamen Rider license and they do a comic book on Kamen Rider, that would be nice. I mean, that's just an idea. I know that's a far shot. I don't know what they got to do to do that.
I am holding out hope, and I'm back here on my lonely island. A seagull just flew by. He dropped me a care package. Yeah. Anyway, I really hope that we'll get a comic book version or an American version of a superhero Tyson in the comic book with all the Spawn properties teaming up, or all the American Toku teaming up, because that would be fucking dope.
Listen, let me ask you this: since Shattered Grid did his whole time shenanigans, right? So who's messing up the timeline more, Prime? Shattered Grid or Zi-O?
I don't know because I haven't started Zi-O.
Oh, you didn't start Zi-O? Man.
No, I am behind.
Mind if I give you a small minor spoiler with Zi-O? It's not going to ruin this. It's not going to ruin the experience for you. Trust me, it won't.
Yeah, this is a quick spoiler. A good friend of mine said it's basically, in terms of kind of story, is Decade 2.0 when universe is collapsing in on itself.
You said Decade 2.0?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. What it is it's like the Back to the Future thing where the Zi-O of the future is this dickish tyrant, and Kamen Rider was it Zero? Fucking the other
Gates.
Is
it Gates?
I think so. The secondary Kamen Rider for Zi-O, basically, he has to go back in time, and he's there to kind of get rid of Zi-O from the past. The guy, and he meets the guy, and what's happening is when he visits the timelines of he visits Build in 2017 before, I guess during the time that Build and his boy were. Kamen Rider Build and Kamen Rider was a dragon, I believe.
Oh,
shit.
Z Cross?
Yeah, Cross Z. Basically, when he got the powers of Cross Z and they were basically kind of teaming up together, and he goes back to 2017 when they were doing that, and what's happening is he gets their powers and stuff, and somehow it messes the timeline to where Build never happened. So he's
fucking pardon.
So he's inadvertently fucking up the timeline, basically, to where shit is happening. And I'm gonna guess, for a show that's supposed to be 40 episodes, maybe 50, I think. Usually Kamen Rider shows go for 40, right?
Well, that depends, because Decade only went for 30, 32.
Okay, let's go with 32, right? If I were to wager a guess, I'm gonna guess that him fucking up the timeline, he's gonna end up having to go back to those worlds and write those timelines back, basically, because. And it seems like right now, with him going back to X8 world, he's going to fuck that up and make it to where X8 doesn't exist anymore. So it looks like he's inadvertently kind of fucking up the timeline, and I'm going to guess that down the line, he's going to have to basically put the timeline back into place again.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that's cool, but it's like, when I saw that, I was like, so let me get this right. Because this character was like, hey, you realize that Build is not going to be Build anymore. He's like, no. There's a possibility that Build will eventually become Build. I'm going to give him that idea and keep it in his head. And I'm like, but that doesn't, yeah, they just said that he doesn't happen. So it's like, I'm hoping that they kind of figured it out. That's I guess that's the gift and the curse of watching it weekly. So you're having these worries about whether they're actually going to come back to that. I hope they do that because that's a huge continuity shit right there. Because a decade where they went to AR worlds and it was just a different interpretation of it. This is like, yo, you guys are really fucking with timelines here. What's going on here?
Very fascinating. Very fascinating. So, I'm gonna have to get caught up when it's hard.
It's only 4 episodes deep now, so but
well,
5.
I have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah. Either which way, I just wanted to get your thoughts on that because it's like I think with the time travel with Shadow Grid, they open themselves up to, like you said, it looks like after Beyond the Grid looks to kind of like maybe right the ship on the timeline, so to speak, possibly.
Maybe
so we'll see.
Possibly because it looks like the preview image I saw, like it's basically. What's a good analogy? Like, Terra Venture is floating in basically like a hellscape void, and it looks like they're going to be traveling from different other planets that exist in this fucking hell space.
Yeah.
Trying to find a way out.
Yeah. I mean, they got a nest full of, got the Ranger Slayer and fucking, what the fuck?
So it's the team is Ranger Slayer, Andros is the Red Space Ranger, Cam is the Green Samurai Ranger, Tanya is the Yellow Zeo Ranger, the Dark Ranger or Talon Ranger, unused from Dino Charge.
Yeah,
and Mike, assuming that's Mike, is the Magna.
Yeah, it's Magna Defender. It probably is. I mean, because he was one of many people that was kidnapped by Dracon and stuff. So. It's an interesting team. And
my question then is, so are these 6 the only Power Rangers on the ship? Are these the only people who survive, the only Rangers that survive the universe reset?
Probably. I mean, I would take a wager of a guess, which will make it interesting because that makes it to where they don't have backup and, hey, that's all they got.
I mean, it's an interesting team.
Got the basic primary colors.
Not a team.
Black, red, blue, yellow, pink, and green. So
not a team I would have chosen. Maybe outside of Andros and out of that entire team, I think Andros would have been the only person I would have picked. My team would have looked way different.
I think it's interesting. It is very kind of out of basically kind of like, all right, I guess this is the team, so we're gonna use this. All right, cool.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the dynamics, especially with 2 6 Rangers, essentially. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, you're right. Shit, you're right. Damn.
Well, 3 if you want to count. No, he's not a 6 Ranger. He's an extra evil villain.
You got Cam, and then you got Magna Defender. Dino Charge. Yeah, Dino Charge 1, maybe.
If you want to count that guy.
Yeah, if you want to count it, since he's a new thing and stuff, he's just an addition to the 20 fucking Dino Charge Rangers. I'm exaggerating, but yeah, I mean,
he's really not that much though. He's really not.
Yeah, and like I said,
they're a small private military corporation,
and that's on top of you have Kim from the Dracon dimension that I guess doesn't exist anymore.
Just looking at that, really should have been Jen. Like, why wasn't that Jen?
Hey, look, man. I'm curious to see how this Kim is different than the other Kim, which there is a stark difference. She is a little hardened, but I'm hoping it's not like forced hardened on this one. You know?
I hope she isn't whack like the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger pink comic book Kim was, because that Kim was lame.
Yeah. Actually, real quick before we wrap it up here, we did get some questions, which I thought was pretty dope about this.
Lay it on me.
Laying it on you here. So a boy Sentai5 asked, what's a fight you wish happened or any favorites you wished appeared or had time to shine? I think you might have mentioned it, but yeah, what was kind of a fight you wish happened?
I didn't get the fight that I wanted, which is basically I wanted a bunch of Power Rangers to run train on Draken like Emperor Marlboro got ran train on at the end of Gokaiger.
Oh, which one?
They go, when they killed the Emperor in Gokaiger.
Oh yeah.
I kind of wanted that. Yeah. I kind of wanted that to happen to Draken with a bunch of different Rangers just running through his ass.
Oh man, listen, that would have been dope as shit, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of wanted that. I didn't get that. I also was surprised that we didn't get our Tommy versus Dracon fight.
Oh, so we can get Get Tommy fighting himself again, part 5.
I mean, if it's a trope, like I think we had discussed before, there are some things that are a trope because they work in the version that they just work, and that's why they're a trope.
I mean, if you look,
that's one.
I mean, look at this. I mean, look. Like I said again, I'm giving shit to Tommy, but it's like if I look at the saga of Tommy fighting himself. Let's see, you had White Ranger versus Green Ranger, which I thought was pretty interesting for the time. You had Tommy fighting 3 versions of himself in the Vision Quest shit, and then you got Tommy versus Evil Tommy in the 25th anniversary.
I mean, the dude is he's self-loathing.
All 3 of them were varying degrees of good. I mean, that first one with the White and Green Ranger, that was a fight as a kid. I was like, oh my god, I didn't think I want this, but now I want it. This is awesome.
To be honest with you, looking at them, like I think that actually might be the worst one.
And that's not even a bad thing because it's still kind of like. I mean, and look,
because if I had to rank them,
that's bottom tier right there, really.
It's bottom, if you had to look at all of them, like that's at the bottom of the list.
But it's still enjoyable though. It's like because we come so far. If you really think about it, it's like since then it's like, well, yeah, that Vision Quest Tommy and Dino Thunder was pretty dope. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, like I always say, like Fighting Spirit isn't like my top 10 favorite Power episodes of all time.
But it did the job. It was like hey.
maybe top 5. Maybe if you stretch my arm, maybe you put me in maybe you twist my hand, maybe top 5. I might say top 5.
But the Tommy and the 25th anniversary was just like, yo.
I mean, that's nothing but like pure fangasm, just all face, neck, and chest, just everywhere.
If there was a moment where I had to whip the dick out, that was the fight right there. Like that was like.
I mean. As soon as he pulled out that fucking Master Morpher, I was like, why am I poking myself out my dick?
It's like,
stop it.
But yeah.
Boner no.
Well, I know you said that. I know you said what was your favorites that you wished appeared or had time to shine?
Oh, shit. How long we get?
If you had a team.
I wish Time Force.
Yeah.
I wish Time Force didn't get jobbed out at the beginning. That kind of made me sad. I wish we could have seen more of Jason as the Gold Ranger, or Jason as the Gold Ranger at all, because we picked him up in the issue. He had just given his powers back to Trey.
Oh man, that would have been dope to see.
Yeah, maybe I would have. Maybe I really wish they would have played more with that concept that all the teams are existing at the same time. So maybe at the end. The wish that I wanted with a bunch of different Rangers running Dragon, maybe it probably should have been just a bunch of Tommies. I would have bitched about it. I would have said, "Oh, really, really?" But I've been like, "But that's cool as hell, though."
Yeah. So you got that. So Sharpo. Well, actually, for me,
my man Sharp.
Actually, let me answer Sentai 5's one. So if I said fight I wished happened. I probably would have definitely loved it. Me being a Tommy fan, it would have been nice if Tommy had like the backup of other versions of Tommy Dracon. That would have been dope.
That's what I'm saying. That shit would have been dope.
Yeah. Favorites. I
would have complained about it.
Yeah.
But it would have been cool as shit.
Favorites that I wished appeared. Okay, so there were some Rangers out. Like I said, I know that they couldn't do anything. You know, they showed the Blue Centurion for a hot minute. I wish they showed a little bit of him because he's always been a very interesting character to me in his like attachment to the Power Ranger lore a bit. So it'd been nice to kind of see his interaction, and particularly with certain things like SPD and his relationship with Doggy Kruger. Yeah, I would have loved to see them two talk to each other. Yeah, just for a minute, like Doggy Kruger and Blue Centurion talking is like, oh, fellow police officers, yes. So that's mine. So Sharpo mentioned 2 questions, and I think it ties into Sentai 5's a little bit. While the cast highlighted several fan favorite teams and individuals, are there any you wish had more time? And I think you mentioned Time Force, right?
Yes, Time Force.
I will double agree on that one. Time Force definitely deserved like some shine. Like, I mean, look, you got the Quantum Ranger right there. You mean to tell me Dracon washed the Quantum Ranger? Like, that happened?
I'm like, on what earth? What reality?
Yeah, I know. I mean, Eric was...
Show me where.
Eric goes just as hard in the paint as Tommy, if you want to be real.
And you know what? I really wish, like, maybe since this is evil Tommy, what it would have been like his proteges, the Dino Thunder Rangers. What would they? How they would have acted with?
Yeah, that is something that would have been like a nice touch of like Dr. O's evil. Why? You know,
just shit on the table. Just left stuff on the table.
Which actually ties into what he said. Was there any element you would change or would have liked to see? And that's the thing. It's like, if you have this evil Tommy, it would have been good to see all the teams that he was a part of. Like, outside of the MMPR, I've been like, hey, what does the fucking... Because they actually showed the Turbo Rangers, and it looks like they plucked the Turbo Rangers out, and it's like, what does that cat from that era feel about Dracon? Like you said, what does the Dino Thunder Rangers feel about Dracon? What is their feelings on all this?
What does Tommy's best friend Rocky? How does he feel about Dracon?
See you laughing, and Steve Cardenas has a tear going out of his eyes, like, you guys are assholes right now.
What does in the comic books? What they say? Tommy and Rocky are practically best friends.
Hey, I mean, what does Rocky have to say? I would love to know what Rocky has to say. Hell, we got Zeo Blue in this fucking series. I mean, come on, like, what does Rocky have to say? Nothing. Damn.
None. Rock. Damn, big Rocky.
Because Rocky just wants to have fun.
Rocky just wants to play a pachinko machine, man. And
sometimes you gotta dance, Prime. Sometimes you gotta dance.
I mean, it's gotta happen sometimes, bro. Sometimes you gotta throw your back out and give him over to a 12-year-old. So, you know.
No, he didn't throw his back out. He flipped over a fucking turnbuckle and broke his back. All right. He thought he could do Tommy.
Is it just?
He thought he could do Tommy and flipped over.
Is it just me? Or did it look like that shit on purpose? He's just like, Rocky was just like, you know what? I'm tired of Zordon, motherfucker. I'm tired of, like, I ain't got time to study.
Oh shit! I can't go with them on this vision quest.
Fuck. Guess I gotta bounce out, guys.
And Zordon being a dick gives it to a kid who is not even fucking qualified to be a goddamn Power Ranger. Did you not learn your lesson from 1969, Zordon? You got people killed, all right?
You know, I really want to see Zordon have a conversation with fucking Nimbar.
That's not gonna happen.
Because I think that would be the come to Jesus moment for Zordon. He realized, like, whoa, I could be a whole lot worse.
Like, seriously, the fact that Zordon is such a deuce now, it really emphasizes, like, man, maybe Rita was right. Like, maybe, I don't know. I'm confused.
I mean, I got questions.
Look, Laura Zed had the funniest point in the first episode of Power Rangers Season 2. He's like, so I see Zordon is still having teenagers do his work for him. I was like, you know what? Zordon has a good point here. Zed has a good point here. It's like, Zordon got kids, huh? Clearly there's a history here that Zed knows that we don't know, and I would really like to know Zed's insight on what he knows.
If only, CJ, there was a medium where you could tell stories that were never before seen of a franchise, maybe printed in some form with pictures in maybe 22 to 25 page format.
Is it the opposite? Is it the opposite of Doom?
If only. If only there was an outlet for these stories, CJ. Some of the things that we could see. If only. If only.
Oh man, but yeah, I think we did a good job tackling Shadow Grid. This is probably I think I had more fun doing this than I did when we did the Dracon and My Pink episode, to be quite honest. So I'm glad that me and you can joke about this whole saga of Crisis on Infinite Tommies and the Infinite Tommy saga and
the Age of Tommy,
House of Tommy,
Final Tommies, Tommyverse, the Tommy getting.
Tommy Point.
Infinite Tommies. Thank you. That's the perfect Tommy Point. That's the perfect one. Beautiful. Fucking chef fingers. Mwah!
Fucking Billy is the Flash, and fucking Nega Billy from Dracon's future is fucking Reverse Flash and shit. It's like, hey Billy, did you really think going back in time was going to help fix this? This is your fault.
Look at what you did, Billy.
Get shot in the head by fucking Zack and shit. It's all right.
Nah, I get at the Ranger Slayer. Hell no, I get at the Ranger Slayer. Give her a shine. That's her.
Ranger Slayer takes out Evil Billy and is like, all right, Billy, you can go back in time now and fix this shit.
Say, then we get the fucking Frankenstein of the Ninja Zords. That'll be the next Franken Zord they do.
Yeah. So But yeah,
if I see one more Frankenzord, if I see one more
just gotta go to
mishmash,
take it to the Tumblr and DeviantArt there, Prime. You'll raise your blood pressure even more on that one. Just saying.
I'm gonna say if I see one more, boy.
Hey, the funniest shit ever was finding out that one of my friends never knew that there was Jason Todd and Dick Grayson fanfic on Tumblr, and I was like, "You didn't know that? Wow, where have you been,
why
sir?"
Did they set themselves up? Why did they set themselves up?
Because
Tell me they didn't actually read it.
He was looking because he just did a character corner on Jason Todd and Dick Grayson ahead of the whole.
Oh, you fool!
Yes, he did a character corner on them, and he was looking up like pictures. And he was like,
why did he do that?
He ran down the rabbit hole of Tumblr. I'm like, don't do it. And he saw it, and I was like, oh, no, guy.
No.
He really didn't. He didn't see it coming, Prime. He was like, I didn't know this existed. And all of us in the thread were like, come on, dog. This has been going on for years, man. Where have you been?
Once you see it, like, it's like some things that once you see, it fundamentally changes you to your core.
I was like, because fundamentally,
like, you just can't unsee it. Can't forget it.
Because he was like, fundamentally, that pairing makes no sense. And I'm like, you tell Tumblr that, dog, because they don't know shit. They just paired them up. And I was just like, I guess Tumblr. Whatever. I don't care.
But you know, the pairing of husbands, Damien and John, I'm behind that.
You said Damien
I support that one.
John who?
Damien and John Kent.
Ooh, man. I mean, they're like so. They remind me of a fucking Murtaugh Riggs more than anything, to be honest with you.
What's funny to me is like their relationship is what normies think Batman and Superman act like.
And yet we got that issue with the double date that says otherwise.
That's just Tom King being fucking Tom King. Like I really think Tom King should write long form. Like his best issues are like his single stories.
That's why I love that double date issue. It was so fucking hilarious because it's like, this is actually pretty funny to me. I like this.
Yeah, but that's like that characterization of Batman and Superman's relationship. That's not how they are, Tom.
I know.
That's how.
Yeah.
That's how normies think they are. That's not how they are in real life. That's how they are really.
But it should be like you said, like John Kent and Damien. Like that's such a buddy relationship where it's like, God, you're good.
They're so fucking antagonistic to each other. It's like
God,
hilarious.
You're such a goody two shoes. Jesus Christ, kid. It's like, well.
It's like, you're only 2 years older than me.
Well, but that's what made that early issue funny. When John was like telling Soups like, "Come on, Dad, you gotta let me get some more freedom." Like Damien's dad gets knocked upside the head every night. Do you really trust his judgment? Like, come on, man, come on.
I'm like Clark, the shade,
But again, Dot Prime, is he wrong? Is he wrong?
I mean, I didn't say he was wrong. I just said Clark, the shade.
We saw what concussions. We already saw what concussions do to NFL players. You got to question Batman's judgment for somebody that gets concussed on a nightly basis here. I'm just saying.
I mean, you also got to question the judgment of a man who dresses in all black and goes out at night.
He gets shot up.
Let me get my young boy protege here, dressing in bright reds and yellows, while we just stalk the night.
Can we be fair? The fact that Damien is probably one of his only proteges of Robin that legit is like, yo, I want to kill people. And Bruce is like, whoa there, buddy, hold on. We can't have you killing people here. That's not what Robins do. All right, come on, just chill.
But I mean,
I already had a guy in Jason that did this shit. I can't have another one doing this.
Do you see that fucking Guantanamo Bay that Damien is running over in Teen Titans?
Yes.
Have you seen?
And yet I'm sitting back like, well, this is standard quote for fucking Damien, so I'm not really surprised by this.
And it is, and I'm like, Damien, you know, and I know. This is not gonna last.
It's not gonna end well.
Like this is not for no party involved.
It's not gonna end well for you, dog. It really isn't.
Like I'm gonna say I'm a prediction. I'm gonna say issue 30. Anywhere from between 30 to 36 is going to be the jailbreak arc where they're going to fuck up their Titans headquarters.
It's going to be Suicide Squad and shit. It's like a bunch of bad guys team up to take out the Teen Titans Tower. That's what that shit.
Hell yeah. They're going to go in, they're going to bust out their partners, and there's going to be the father issue with Batman going, Damien, the fuck was you doing?
And then Damien's like, hey, it's like, hey, Dad, I'm going to hit you.
I was just doing what what you couldn't do because the money's gonna be better than the Justice League. Blah blah blah. Bullshit. But anyway, I'm predicting that arc is gonna be
fire
around issue 30, 36. Oh, you know that's gonna fucking happen. See, look, we're gonna take another step. Batman's gonna fucking fire Damian. Damian's gonna say, "Suck my dick. I quit."
Basically,
he's gonna stop being Robin. He's gonna take up probably some new fucking identity. It's gonna be called
not Robin.
Not Robin. I'm trying to think, like, what would it be? Would it be would he be the demon?
Probably the lead assassin. He'll have like the ninja outfit and shit. Probably.
Yeah. So he probably be something like the demon or the shit, some shit like that.
It's gonna be weird. That's gonna be interesting and stuff. But like I said, John Kent and Damian, their relationship is hilarious and stuff. And yeah, that's what. Like I said, the future is looking bright for the Power Ranger comic, and I can't wait to see what they do with this. So, yeah.
Yes, the first issue of Beyond the Grid comes out this Wednesday.
Yeah, so this is perfect timing. So definitely, if you haven't caught up with all this and you listen to this, definitely reread Shattered Grid and definitely pick up Beyond the Grid and keep supporting it because I feel Boom, especially with this Hasbro merger, they definitely want to keep this train going, and for all intents and purposes, like sales are good. So,
and it's got to be good because they just got the Buffy license, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, keep on trucking, Boom Comics. You're doing pretty well. So, with that in mind, folks, next time you hear us, it's definitely going to be when me and Prime tackle Dino Charge. That's going to be fun, and watch out for our Halloween special. We're going to be doing the Pumpkin Rapper and I forgot the name of Frankenstein episode.
Yeah, it was Masquerade or whatever.
Yeah.
Basically going Frankenstein, beats the shit out of the Power Rangers.
Yeah, that was the post Green with Evil episode, I believe. That was like the first episode after Green with Evil, if I remember correctly.
I thought the Shell Shock Turtle episode was the first one after Green with Evil.
They were in order, because I remember initially it was the Frankenstein episode because they timed it with Halloween or some shit. But you might be right on Shell Shocked. You might be right.
I don't know. I have to double check. But you are right, because the Fox Kids was notorious for hearing order.
Yeah. But either which way, it's not like it really fucking mattered, because it was basically the Tommy saga at that point. So you could have put it in any order, and it still would have been like, oh, Tommy was doing a martial arts commercial. That's why he didn't join the Rangers in the fight. Now he's joining in, because Sentai footage. So... There you go.
Meanwhile, Burai's dying in a cave going,
if I leave this cave, I die. So you only get me for 2 minutes. Let's go. You're on the clock.
TikTok, bitches. TikTok.
Yeah, so that in mind, folks, we will catch you guys later. Peace out.
Auf Wiedersehen.